Before we get started, I would like to go over some important rules for today's webinar. First, please ensure that you have a stable internet connection and are in quiet environment to minimize background noise. Second, make sure you have used the background that has been provided. Third, make sure that when the master of ceremony, moderator, and our speaker speak, your audio is turned off. Fourth, please use the chat feature or raise hand to ask any question you might have during our speaker presentation. Our speakers will answer as many as possible. 5. Question can be used in two languages, English and Bahasa Indonesia. If participants use Bahasa Indonesia, we will translate them to our speakers using English without exception. 6. Please keep all questions and comments respectful and relevant to the topic at hand. Any inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated. 7. Please note that today webinar is being recorded for future reference. There are just a few guidelines to ensure that everyone has a positive and productive webinar experience. Sebelum kita memulai webinar pada hari ini, saya akan membacakan beberapa peraturan selama webinar berlangsung. Pertama, pastikan Anda memiliki koneksi internet yang stabil dan berada di lingkungan yang tenang untuk meminimalisir kebisingan. Kedua, pastikan Anda telah menggunakan background yang telah disediakan. Ketiga, saat pembawa acara, moderator, dan narasumber kami berbicara, pastikan audio Anda dalam keadaan mati. Keempat, silakan gunakan fitur obrolan atau komentar atau raise hand untuk mengajukan pertanyaan apapun yang mungkin Anda miliki selama narasumber kami melakukan presentasi. Narasumber kami akan menjawab setelah presentasi selesai. Kelima, pada webinar kali ini kami akan menggunakan dua bahasa, yaitu bahasa Inggris dan bahasa Indonesia. Jika peserta menggunakan bahasa Indonesia, kami akan menerjemahkannya kepada narasumber kami menggunakan bahasa Inggris tanpa terkecuali. Keenam, harap tetap menjaga semua pertanyaan dan komentar untuk tetap sopan dan relevan dengan topik yang dibahas. Perilaku apapun yang tidak pantas tidak akan ditoleransi. Dan yang terakhir, harap dicatat bahwa webinar hari ini direkam untuk referensi di masa depan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. Let me introduce myself. My name is Selomita, and I will be the Master of Ceremony today. First of all, let's praise the Almighty God for His blessing. We are able to attend this International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Ahmad Yusuf Sobri, Assos MPD, Dean Faculty Education, Malang State University. And allow me to also greet all our speakers today. Welcome to Miss Fatima Sadeghi, PhD, Miss Evania Yafi, SPD MPD PhD, Miss Dr. Tuba Khalid, Miss Rabiatul Najwa bin Rosman, Master of Education, and last, Miss Dr. Annie Nur Aisyah, MPD, and welcome to all participation International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. First, I would like to start off by expressing my heartfelt thanks to all of you for taking the time to join us today. Your participation is greatly appreciated, and we are also glad that you could be here with us today. We understand that your time is valuable. We are grateful that you have chosen to spend with us. We promise to make it worth your while by providing valuable insight and sharing informative knowledge throughout the course of this webinar. So once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. We hope that you find this webinar both engaging and informative. Before we start webinars today, let's listen together the national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, please be calm and stay focused. Next, let's listen together to welcome speech from Dr. Ahmad Yusuf Sobri, SOS MPD, Dean Faculty Education, Universitas Negeri Malang. Dear Honorable Dr. Ahmad Yusuf Sobri, SOS MPD, please give a welcome speech to the audience.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am pleased to be address you as the Dean of the Faculty of Education at Universitas Negeri Malang. It is my privilege to welcome you all to the Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023, an international webinar of great significance for our institution and the academic community. This important event taking place on Monday, 4th December 2023 represent a vital milestone in our mission to advance the field of early childhood education. The topic for this year's webinar is empowering early childhood education through financial education. It is our belief that this objective is of the utmost importance. The integration of financial education into early childhood development is a vital measure toward nurturing well-rounded individuals who possesses not only academic proficiency but also essential life skill for their future success. We are honored to welcome highly accomplished speakers from around the world who have benevolently accepted our invitation to share their insight and expertise. We extend our appreciation to our esteemed speakers, including Fatime Sadeghi, PhD from Iran, and Evania Yafi, SPD, MPD, PhD, founder of Haki International Education and lecturer in the Early Childhood Education Department at Malang State University, Indonesia. Dr. Toba Khalid, founder of Finance Globe from Pakistan. Robiatul Najwa binti Rosman, MED, Assistant Director of Education Technology and Resources Division at the Ministry of Education from Malaysia. And Dr. Eni Nur Aisyah, MPD, lecturer in the ECE Department at Malang State University from Indonesia. Their broadening of perspective and extensive experience assure us of valuable insight that will enhance comprehension of the importance of financial education in the development of young children. As we convene virtually for this Worldwide Summit, let us seize the chance to participate in insightful deliberation, exchange, exemplary approach, and promote collaboration that go beyond borders. The problem encouraged by childcare professionals are extensive, and by unifying our effort, we can develop pioneer solutions that will have a significant influence on the future of education. I would like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee for their diligent work in assembling this esteemed panel of speakers and crafting a program that epitomizes academic brilliance. Additionally, I wish to thank every participant for your commitment and enthusiasm in furthering the field of early childhood education. Thank you for this dedication to advising the field of early childhood education. We hope that the International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023 will provide valuable inspiration and knowledge to propel us toward a breakthrough future for early childhood education worldwide. We wish you a fruitful and engaging webinar. Akhirul kalam, wallahu muwaffiq ila aqwamit thoriq. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before we enter the next event, let's have session photo together. All participants are expected to open the camera first. Sebelum kita memasuki acara selanjutnya, marilah kita melakukan sesi foto bersama. Kepada seluruh partisipan diharapkan membuka kamera terlebih dahulu. Please, to all participants to on camera first, and then we are photo session together. Sekali lagi, mari kita melakukan foto sesi bersama. Kepada seluruh partisipan diharapkan membuka kamera terlebih dahulu. I will count the photo session. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Before we start today's webinar, let us pray according to our respective religion and beliefs. Kepada Bapak Dr. Ahmad Samawi, Amhum, dipersilahkan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hadirin yang kami muliakan, marilah kita berdoa sejenak. Memohon kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala, Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa, agar seminar ini berjalan dengan lancar. Perkenankan saya memandu doa dengan acara agama Islam bagi para hadirin yang beragama selain Islam. Dimohon untuk berdoa sesuai agama dan kepercayaan masing-masing. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiatan fil jasad wa hiyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizqi wa tabatan qablal maut wa rahmatan indal maut wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma hawwin fi sakaratul maut wan najata minan nar wal afwa indal hisab. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaitana wa hab lana min ladunka rahmah wa hayyi' lana min amrina rasyada. Rabbana fir lana wa liwalidayna warhamhum kama rabbayana shighara wa li jamil muslimin wal muslimat wal mu'minin wal mu'minat. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmah wa hayyi' lana min amrina rasyada. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar wa adkhilnal jannatal ma'abrur ya aziz ya ghaffar ya rabbal alamin. Wa sallallahu sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The topic today's webinar is Empowering Early Childhood Education through Financial Education. Throughout this webinar, we will discuss various relationships between entrepreneurship and education. The reason why this webinar is very relevant and valuable for all us here today is because it turns out that entrepreneurship and education are related to each other. We believe that by the end of the season, you will have a better understanding of entrepreneurship, and more importantly, you will gain actionable insight and takeaways that you can apply to your own work and your own projects. Next, I will hand it over directly to our moderator today. Today's moderator, Diva Wido, is an outstanding student who has had extraordinary experience. To Diva Wido, please welcome.
Thank you, MC. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and participants, now we enter the keynote speaker session in the International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. It is truly an honor to stand before you as we embark on a journey of insight and inspiration. My name is Deepa Widow, as moderator for today's keynote speaker. Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker for today. This individual is trained early childhood. Our keynote speaker, Fatimah Sadiki, PhD, as a founder, Doran and Tone Toys, has a wealth of experience in early childhood education environment and resources. A little bit background about Ms. Fatimah. For now, hosts as an early childhood education consultant, a practitioner trainer, also have 13 years of experience working with children. For education background, Ms. Fatimah has done PhD in early childhood education, also in master in the early childhood education. Ms. Fatimah present in and attend various international conferences. Wow, what amazing background. Without further delay, please join me in extending warm welcome Ms. Fatimah Sadeghi. Ms. Fatimah Sadeghi, good afternoon. How are you? Okay. Thank you for being with us today, Ms. Fatimah. We are eager to hear your insight. As we transition into the keynote address, I encourage you all to absorb the knowledge that will abruptly unfold. Ms. Fatimah Sadeghi will shed light on integration of financial education in the early childhood education curriculum, a subject that is not only relevant to our event team, but also crucial in early childhood education. But first, Ms. Fatimah, can I ask your permission? Is it okay that we remind you about the time limit within 10 and 5 minutes remaining?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Without further delay, let's get ready to be inspired by the words of Fatimah Sadeghi.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, I need to get co-host to be able to upload my presentation and share it. I can't share it now. So thank you so much for the very, very warm welcome. As soon as I can share my screen, I will start, or I can start without sharing my screen, but it will be better to have the slides. I'll start my introduction, but meanwhile, if somebody makes me co-host, then I can share my screen with everybody. So I'm very, very happy to be here today. It's a big honor for me, and wow, what a big crowd. And I'm really surprised to see all these interested people in early childhood education, and well done to the organizer team. I am going to talk about integration of financial education in the early childhood education curriculum. But before I start, I want to give you a little bit more background about me. All my life, I have done academic research and also worked with children directly because I believe it is very important to get that connection with children and never leave it. I know we need to study hard, we need to work very hard in the university to get higher up and to get knowledge, but also it is very important to be with children and to have that firsthand experience. So because of that, I have 2 minutes of my time, or 1 minute now, or even less, for us to type in our social media address. It is very important to get social connections. So please do feel free to type in the chat box your social media address so that we can all connect. I am not co-host. I can see that you have typed here. You already.
I'm so sorry, Ms. Fatimah. You're already co-host. Can you start the presentation?
Are you sure? Because it's not here.
Oh, okay. I will tell the committee rightly.
Thank
One
you.
moment.
I will start
I do
anyway.
apologize for this.
No worries, no worries. It happens all the time with technology. I will continue my talk, but as soon as I see the share button here, I will start sharing. No worries. So feel free to type in your address, but the very first important thing to start with is, how do we all see childhood? How do you define childhood? There's a quote from Sasha Powell, a very, very important person in the field of early childhood education and Froebelian education, that says childhood is a time for, well, childhood. It's not a preparation for school or adulthood. It's a time for allowing children to go at their own pace, giving them time they need to explore, manipulate, discover, and practice newly acquired skills. So as you can see, or as you heard, you can't see yet, what Sasha Powell highlights is that there is no rush in early childhood. There is no important thing that's more important than childhood itself, which brings us to the point that no matter what we talk about today in my talk, or I respectfully say any other talks, we still need to remind ourselves that children are children and they need their time to just be children without any rush. And then more about our assumption. Holistic learning produces lasting outcomes. They are motivated to do whole things, not pieces taken from the whole. So children are intrinsically, from inside, are derived to do things as a whole. For example, when a child goes to a jungle, they're not only worried about the trees, they see the insects, they see the animals, they wonder about the weather, they have other questions about how the trees grow, how the people have lived in jungles for years, and all these questions that we as adults may never think of. This is the same as when a child would go to a bank. A child goes to a bank and they would have questions about money and the concept of the bank, yes, but they will have more questions, maybe about the telephones there, maybe about the people who work there, lots of questions. So holistic learning is a very important concept for us to keep looking at.
Miss Padami,
Yeah.
I do apologize. Can you share the PPT to Miss Eva? We will help you to share
Yes.
the presentation.
Yes, I can. That will take 1 second, but I can do that. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can I send it to her email? Oh, now my email's not open. Everything's going wrong. Is Ivania on Telegram? Yes, she is. I will send it on Telegram because I have Telegram open on my laptop now. I sent it to Ivania on Telegram. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll just continue because I'm worried about the time as well, if it's okay. And then more on, I'm really sorry for the interruption. I'll try to get them together now. More on, it's important to know that children learn through all their senses, not just one. They're always all actively participating. One may be highlighted, but they're all actively participating. And children not only copy what they see around them, they try to do it equally well or even better. In doing so, they make mistakes from which they are able to learn if allowed the time to do. So here we highlight that it's always important to leave room for mistakes. For example, if you're trying to provide an opportunity for children to learn about finances, you shouldn't do it in a way that doesn't leave any room for mistakes. Yes, they will always make mistakes. We always make mistakes as adults too. Children are social actors in their own social, economic, and cultural contributions to society. So they are already financially, economically active, which means they are users of our economic systems. They contribute it to through their needs, through their families, through what they do in educational systems and all the financial complex systems. A child-centered approach builds on children's potential, capacity, and capability and seeks to actively involve children in research, implementation, awareness raising. Thank you so much, Ivania. So we're on the slide that says children are with a cover of the book on the right-hand side. It's slide number 5. Thank you so much. Lovely. Thank you. So what we want to do with financial education is not bring a new concept to children's life. It's not only about bringing shiny lesson plans to children's curriculum. It is about highlighting what they already do. For example, they're eating. Where do you get what you eat from? You buy it from a shop. How do we get it in the shop? How does the shop have it? The shop buys it from the farmer. The shop buys it from another resource. So it's only to highlight what they are already using, what they're already involved with. And then in the next slide, we have 2 beautiful quotes. First, that children have been colonized to listen quietly without utterance. Let's bring an example here. We think that we involve our children a lot. Maybe we do get them involved in their educational life, in their nursery time, in their kindergarten, school, whatever educational setting they attend. But do we let them actually get involved in their everyday life? If we go to a shop, has the shop set the, let's say, chocolates and all the nice things for the child or for the shop to sell? So there is a difference. I'm sure you've seen that the chocolates are always at the child's level, so they make sure children can see them and want them, and the parents will buy them. So it's basically an economic cycle. But what we want for our children is to be able to have an opinion, and it is for us to be able to respect that opinion, which means we need to provide the settings very carefully. So if the child says, I want this, we can either give it to them, or we can explain why we cannot give it to you. And it's a clear explanation, not just that it's expensive or it's not good for you, because that concept is not yet defined clearly in the child's brain. But we can clarify it further on, which we will talk about later. Children's perspectives have been overlooked, rejected, or silenced. Again, what children think about many things seems to not matter in our very busy adult life. And then in the next slide, we have an overarching theory. I am also a Froebelian practitioner, which means I have been trained to work with children according to Froebel's principles. Froebel, who is also known as the father of kindergarten.
Gue kira orang-orang pada nggak nyadar.
Who is also known as the father of kindergarten. He founded the concept of kindergarten, says, I wanted to educate people to be free, to think, to take action for themselves. And then he has some principles, most importantly, freedom with guidance and unity, connectedness, and community, which we will come back to. But basically, Froebel encourages us to think about how God has created us with everything that we need. So he says, according to his theories, what we need to do is to guide the child, not to actually directly teach them, is to provide for them so they can freely develop their skills. What they need will be developed first, than what we think is important for them. So yes, we as adults who have more experience in life on this earth can guide children, but we still need to respect their choices, their unique needs, their freedom, and the way they want to live their lives and explore what mission God has put in their hearts. And then what is financial education? So it's the next slide. Financial literacy means the knowledge and skills needed to make important financial decisions. So in this very first sentence, I want to highlight that. Do you think children have to make very important financial decisions? Just think with yourself for a second. What we think is important financial decision, maybe not, but we can provide opportunities for them to make financial decisions very easily. For example, we can go to a bookshop and have a limited amount of money that comes from the parents or is funded by the nursery, whatever, and the children have to choose only one book. Maybe the book they choose is more expensive and they can't buy it. Maybe it's less expensive and they can buy 2 books. So that's how they initially get involved with financial literacy. But we do not want to put a big amount of pressure on them. For example, I have seen nurseries that do, let's say, with a 5-year-old child, you have $100 a month, $10 a month, and you can manage it through the month to buy what you want. Obviously, the child has not got that much experience. We have sometimes not enough experience to do that, to manage our money financially for a month. So do not set strange expectations, really high expectations. Let the child lead the way. Maybe they will get there, maybe not. It's their childhood, it's their time, it's not ours. Every day, thousands of people are deciding where to open a bank account, which mortgage to choose, where to invest their money, and how to save for retirement. However, according to the OECD, about half of the EU adult population does not have a good enough understanding of basic financial concepts. So this is about EU, and unfortunately, I was not able to find information about other parts of the world online, but it can show us that even in Europe. Sorry, I get a little distracted when somebody's mic's on. Even in Europe, that we get information and quantitative data, not more than half of people know about their financial management, and their financial literacy is not high up. So that shows us it is very important for adults, whether we're parents or practitioners or work in academia for children and with children, we need to highlight the importance of financial literacy. Children's early experiences, research has shown children's early experiences with money can possibly influence their behaviors towards finances as adults. So what they experience now will influence their future behavior towards finances as adults. And by the age of 7, most children understand the value of money and the concepts of having problems in the future and its relation to choices. So according to this study, children roughly by the age of 7, I never like it when we look for certain ages, because it never happens in that certain age for all of us. We're all different, we're all unique. But this research has shown most of the children by the age of 7, they understand that they have to make choices and that those choices have an influence on their future. So they have to choose carefully according to what they're planning for their future. Although Alison Clark always highlights how time is different in children's world, and we shouldn't be thinking about the future or the past, it's only now and the moment, but we still can provide that opportunity for children. And then how do we provide the foundations through our practices, values? So we're going to a little bit of practice now. How do we actually help children learn about money and finances? Children who have executive functions as adults will have healthy financial behaviors, good academic ability, have creativity to start a business, and a low tendency to commit criminal acts such as corruption and gratification. So this shows, I'll highlight the first bit of the sentence again, children who have executive functions as adults. So it's about a general set of functions. It's not only about one skill, it's about a set of skills that will allow us to grow as a human and have different abilities in different areas. That's what's important, especially if you respect children's freedom in early childhood. You will not only focus on one topic very early on. So we say before before they start school, we will not directly focus on, we prefer not to directly focus on one topic. Rather, we prefer to focus on the child's holistic development, which will take us to the next slide. I have put a little bit of gap for you, but I didn't see any participation in the chat box, so I'm not asking you to write that. But I meant for you to guess holistic development again. As you can see in the background picture, everything is connected. Like Froebel said, unity and connectedness as a principle in working with children. This means, if we go to the next slide, our role is not only to model. Modeling means when you let children see what you're doing. I will bring in a quick example here. We're going to a shop to buy, I don't know, bread for breakfast. We're going to a bakery. We usually just go take the bread we want, but it will be much more learnable for children if we highlight, why are we choosing this bread? Why am I choosing this and not that? How much money do I have? And how am I choosing this bread according to the money I have? How am I going to plan for the next bread that I want to buy? For example, you will just say, oh, this one smells nice, but this one smells nice too, and that one smells nice too. So I like all the three because they smell nice, which means they will taste better, and they all look fresh. So as you can see, I am highlighting, I am loudly modeling why I'm choosing that bread. So the child can
Guys, Miss
actually...
Mimi, you have 10 minutes remaining.
Great, thank you so much. So we will be modeling, how am I choosing it? It's as important to highlight how you choose it as it is important to teach children choosing itself. And then eventually I'll say, oh, I have $1, and with $1 I can buy this, or with $1 I'll buy that, so I have $0.50 for something else, things like that. We provide information, we provide a rich learning environment, we provide first-hand experiences, and we provide opportunities to improve learning skills. In the next slide, I have put some of the different skills that will provide, that we need to provide learning opportunities for children for them to learn. Again, highlighting unity and connectedness, we need to know that any math skill will lead to better financial literacy. So anything related to quantity, to numbers, to geometry, to balancing things on top of each other, any skill. So it's not only about actually talking and learning about money or finances. As you can see in the picture, building up can lead to a better financial literacy. Any kind of buildings, block play, literacy itself, to be able to read, to comprehend, to communicate, all of these things that I have put here will eventually help generate that kind of holistic development, which will lead to a better decision maker, a better choice maker, which will lead to a better financial literacy. So also I have put the digital content. We're not living far away from what is happening in our world. So I'm not one of those people who say no TV time, no screen time for children. Yes, with respect to their physical health and mind and mental health, we can provide very little screen time for our children, in which we can use very nice digital content that we all have access to. And then children's communication skills, their emotional skills, social skills, confidence, and motor skills. So what I'm trying to say in the next slide, which will be a wrap up to my talk today, is every experience matters in financial literacy in very early childhood. So before children start school, we're on the next slide. Before children start school, every single experience they have will contribute to their holistic development. And because of that, it will contribute to their financial literacy. The happier our children live, the better they will develop, and the better decision makers they will be. So I would like to encourage you to think about children as children only. So we do not want to overload them with information about different things. We rather want to respect their unique path and then enrich their environments with great opportunities, with great spaces, great materials like block play, and with all respect to their path, try to enrich whatever path they're going to. We have a couple of minutes for questions and answers. Sorry if I rushed it through, but hopefully you have enjoyed listening to me. And I had put my email there, and anybody who wants to ask questions now or email me later, you're very welcome to.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fatime, for insightful presentation about financial literacy. So before we dive in, let me quickly go over for the format of today's Q&A session. We'll be taking questions from the audience, and for participants, you can submit your question by using raise hand feature or chat feature. Please make sure to mention your name before asking. All right, for the first thing, let's open the floor for your question. Who would like to king this? Oh, who got the question? The first question, probably. Oh, there is a question from Mr. Sugiyarti. Please turn on your mic.
Okay, thank you for. Okay, now can you hear my voice now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much for your opportunity. For Fatima, I want to ask you about how to teach early childhood to use their money appropriately. For the early childhood education. It seems like, sometimes children, when they have money, they just, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. They suddenly just want to buy that. And how to teach them not to use their money really, not, maybe we are in adult thing, they not use their money really appropriate. So how to teach them so, next they can use their money appropriately. Thank you very much.
Very nice question. Thank you for asking it. So the way I will answer is a mixture of experience and what I've done in the academic world. A very great thing to know with anything that we want our children to know is to actually start talking and learning about it before it happens in the real world, which takes us to stories and play. In any opportunity you get, you can add these kinds of values to their stories. For example, we have Goldilocks stories here. I sometimes add money to Goldilocks story because I say, oh, they have 3 bowls of porridge. They must have managed their money good to have enough food for everybody. So wherever you get the opportunity, you can bring in some information about money management and how you would spend your money as an adult. Or you can also explain memories, of course, in children's language, not the troubles about money, because we do also want them to learn about the abundance concept and that God is always, whoever we believe in is always protecting us and is always providing for us. So we don't want them to think that they're left alone in this world somehow. We want them to know that they're provided for, they're taken care for, but also these are the ways to manage your money. There are really nice stories in English. Unfortunately, I don't have their names now, but if you look it up online, you will find them. There are really nice stories that talk through, for example, there's this goose that I remember who goes shopping every Sunday. And then every Sunday she faces some problems with her money. That's how children will think about it. And then in the real world, when they go shopping for something, you can then tell them in that moment that, oh, do you think it's a good decision to buy this? If yes, what's the situation? If no, what's the situation? And then sometimes they end up, we had a child who spent all her $5 that her parents had given her in the bookstore to buy a pencil, to buy like colorful pencils, and then she didn't have any more money to buy the books she wanted. So she got an opportunity to learn it. Yes, it was hard for her, but she learned it. These are the little moments that gradually will provide information for children. Did that answer your question? Lovely, thank you.
Thank you. Probably we will open another question again. To the participants, please, if you have any question for Ms. Fatimi, you can use the raise hand feature or chat feature. Okay, I think it's done. There's no more question. Probably I will take a conclusion for the financial education on a childhood, usually for a basic daily like shopping and managing money, saving money. And probably the first thing in the financial education is the financial literacy. And there is a slide to talk about the adult roles in teach children about money. First thing about literacy, play, and one point is math. Yeah, this is related to the mystery Sujiarti question about how to manage money. So thank you, Ms. Fatimi, for answering the question from Ms. Tri. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed participants, it is now my honor to express our gratitude to our keynote speaker for being exceptional contribute as a keynote speaker in the International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present the certificates of recognition. This certificate is awarded to Fatimi Sadeghi, PhD, in acknowledgement of their outstanding presentation and invaluable insights shared during the keynote address. On behalf of the committee, I extend our sincere thanks. We hope this certificate serves as a lasting reminder of gratitude for your significant role in making this event a success. Congratulations once again, Ms. Fatimi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a great opportunity and I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the seminar as well. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Fatimi.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed participants, today we have the privilege of hearing from a true blazer in the field, a visionary who has not only witnessed the evolution of education, but has actively contributed to shaping its future. Our keynote speaker is Evania Yafe, SPD, MPD, PhD, a renowned expert in entrepreneurship and driving force behind successful education ventures. Ms. Evania Yafe, who is a founder of Haki International Education and lecturer in Early Childhood Education Department, Universitas Negeri Malang, and has concerned field of study and course in Early Childhood Education Technology, Assessment Development, Parenting Education, and also Entrepreneurship. Ms. Eva has done a lot of research and community service in the last 10 years. Also, speaker at national and international webinar seminar with this rich background, Ms. Eva brings a unique perspective to the intersection of education and entrepreneurship. During this session, Ms. Eva will guide us through the dynamic landscape of entrepreneurship marketing strategy, shedding light on innovative approaches that have reshaped the way we view and consume education. Furthermore, they will address the challenge inherent in promoting education as a product and service, offering insight that are sure to spark engaging discussion and inspire us all. As we move through this keynote, Ms. Eva, can I ask your permission? Is that okay that we remind you about the time limit within 10 and 5 minutes remaining?
Yes, okay.
Thank you very much. I encourage each of you to actively engage. Feel free to jot down your question, talk, and ideas. We'll have dedicated Q&A session at this end, providing an opportunity for a boost exchange of ideas. Without further ado, please join me in giving warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Ms. Evania Yafi.
Thank you very much, Diva. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me ask you, because I wanna speak in English also in Indonesia, because I need you to understand my speaking. For today, I will explain about marketing strategy, innovation, and challenges in promoting education as a product and service. So today, I will share to you how to be a best practice, but you need to waste money also. Okay, I will start first my PPT. You see my PPT now? Did you see? Diva, did you see my PPT, right? Okay, I will. Okay. Okay, so this is our topic today. And what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is in the edupreneurship. Edupreneurship it means the entrepreneur in education. So the entrepreneurial activity in educational sector. So you need to be entrepreneur, but you will be the best because you will successful in education also. Entrepreneurs launch, operate, and scale education-focused ventures. So in education, we need to be focused because the teacher maybe have a small value for the money or small activity for the chain for entrepreneur. So you need to improve your skill to be entrepreneur. Can offer product, service, technology, platform, or media. Actually, in entrepreneurship, when you have a skill and you can sell your skill, you can give the service, you can give the quality for other people. So you need to improve your income. That's why we need to be entrepreneurship. Why? I'm sorry. I will check it. This. Okay. Why diploma and university graduate are unemployed? Still are not required. Actually, in Indonesia also like that. Some the people have a mindset. If you have a study, if you have higher graduation or a higher education in university, you will to be have a lot of money. But it's not really good in this side. And higher income and status expectation. If you have expectation like that, you need to work hard to get the skill, and also you improve your skill and get the money in the other job. Because in education, actually, we have a limit salary. We have a small salary, especially in early childhood education, to be a kindergarten teacher. Because I was to be a kindergarten teacher when I study in bachelor, and I have income. I have a salary just about 50,000 until 100,000 per month. So it's very difficult. We are to upgrade our skill, or maybe we need to really survive in our life, right? That's why we need to higher income in other job. Limit job profession. So maybe because the graduate are not unemployed because the limit job profession. So now job in our world is very limited. That's why all the people wanted to be employer, but they don't know. Maybe they don't have mindset to be an entrepreneur. So this is the data about unemployed rate by education. You can imagine this for that from August and now to be lower from August to 2020 until 2020. After COVID, they are lower for unemployed. Okay, so the purpose of the entrepreneurship education, according to the Likers, to foster and enhance the abilities of entrepreneurs enabling them to attain more knowledge and remain updating on scientific advancement. So the purpose of entrepreneurship education, that's you need to ability of entrepreneurship, and you will to be higher in knowledge and remain. So of course, so if you to be entrepreneur, you will think too much how to reality in this moment and how you can improve your skill to in the future. So you need to make a plan how to give the other job, and how to make money in other job. Maybe different if you have a teacher, you are to be a teacher, you need to be improve your skill to get the money, and you can improve your salary. So, and the second, to provide each entrepreneur with the opportunity to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. You will have a beautiful mindsetful. You will to be an organization people. You will opportunity to develop your skill to get the other job. Okay, and the third, to cultivate individuals with the ability and competitive advantage for entrepreneur. Actually, in this time, all the people need to be increase and creative to make some job, because sometimes you stuck in one job, but you have you need to have a lot of money to help somebody, to have socialization with other. So you need to be entrepreneurship, and also all the tools now will help you too much, like technology, social media, and they are very advantage for the entrepreneurship. And the fourth, fostering a productive and strategy mindset. You will to be increase your mindset about how to make a productivity and strategy in the future. So, manfaat untuk entrepreneurship sebenarnya adalah membuat kita para entrepreneur, kita para teacher atau para guru untuk meningkatkan skill yang pertama, untuk meningkatkan bagaimana sih kita memiliki mindset entrepreneur yang kita nggak stuck hanya di guru saja, tapi kita bisa berkompetisi untuk mendapatkan job lain sehingga kita bisa settle di keuangan kita. Selain kita mengabdi kepada pendidikan, seperti itu. Jadi kita juga bisa meningkatkan mindset kita untuk produktif dan membuat strategi di masa depan. Oke? Why is entrepreneurship? Kenapa kok harus entrepreneurship? So, in the first, the encouragement for innovation in education. So, constant in innovation is essential in the education remain relevant. Jadi kita punya inovasi yang sangat penting untuk pengembangan pendidikan yang relevan. Entrepreneurship encourage creating new innovation idea. So, kita juga bisa mengkreasikan ide-ide yang kreatif, yang lagi up to date gitu ya, untuk dikembangkan. Kemudian improve your skill by your experiment. Actually, if you to be entrepreneurship, you will to be maybe sometimes you will down, sometimes you don't have a lot of money, sometimes you stuck in your idea, but you can improve your skill by read. You can also try to take the experience for other people, and you try to explain and try to develop by your skill and other people, and you can communication and consultation with other. That's why it's very important for you to collaborate with other people. And innovation lead to more engaging and effective learning experience. So, dengan inovasi itu kamu bisa membuat satu experience yang positif, yang efektif ketika kita bisa sharing dengan teman-teman atau rekanan-rekanan yang memang berada pada bidang tersebut. Nah, untuk mengelola pasar sehingga kita harus tahu informasi dari berbagai pihak. We need to try to collaborate and take information with others to improve your skill. Improving quality of education service. course, focusing on service quality and hence satisfying for both student and parent. Nah, kalau kita meningkatkan kualitas, itu akan membuat kepuasan tersendiri for parent dan juga student. Kemudian, entrepreneurship promote educational institution for over more adaptable and superior service. Jadi, dengan adanya entrepreneurship, kita juga bisa mempromote institution untuk lebih mengadaptasi dan lebih mengetahui jadi dari kebutuhan yang ada di pasar. Kemudian, high quality service strengthens the reputation and appeal of prospective student. Jadi ketika kita meningkatkan quality, itu juga bisa membuat reputasi yang sangat kuat di masyarakat sehingga pendidikan atau lembaga pendidikan ini bisa survive. Itu untuk strateginya. Kemudian provide education as product and service. Oke, in the third, provide education as product and service. Jadi kita harus meningkatkan ya pendidikan atau mutu lembaga kita sebagai pembuat produk maupun layanan yang terbaik. Education is not only service but also marketable production. Actually, dalam pendidikan kita itu memiliki kewajiban, kita harus men-survive melayani kebutuhan dari masyarakat, terutama dari siswa maupun orang tua. So, di sini adalah marketable kita, market kita, sehingga kita juga harus memberikan layanan yang bagus ya, yang prima. Kemudian, entrepreneurship view education as a business entity that necessity strategi marketing. Jadi kita juga sebagai entrepreneur, kita juga harus tahu marketnya kita seperti apa dan bagaimana kita melayani masyarakat. How we can improve your skill, how we know what they need, what they want, so we can give the service, and entrepreneur is very complete. Okay, and then by presenting education as a product, it can achieve a wider audience and increase accessibility. So, dengan kita mempresentasikan pendidikan, apa yang kita berikan, pendidikan yang layak seperti apa, maka orang-orang akan tertarik kepada kita, maka student akan tertarik kepada kita, orang tua juga akan tertarik kepada kita. Ini adalah marketing yang sangat dibutuhkan untuk masing-masing lembaga. So, the institution need to make strategy for how to marketing the institution and also how to make them give interesting with us. It is like that. So, entrepreneurial success and failure. Successful cause. The first one, the rule, if vision and mission clear strategy, you need to clear strategy for vision and mission, because all institution, I think, or school have a different mindset, different vision and mission. So you need to make clear, and you can answer you need to answer the need or want for the society, especially for student and parent. Okay, see or create business opportunity. You can make create the business opportunities for the other. You need to know what they need. Okay, jadi tentukan visi and misi yang tegas. Strateginya adalah menentukan visi and misi yang memang berbeda mungkin dari teman-teman yang lain atau dari lembaga-lembaga lainnya. Yang kedua adalah mengkreasikan, membuat satu kreativitas bisnis yang memungkinkan menjadi challenge atau memungkinkan itu menjadi bahan bisnis yang jenengan unggulkan nanti gitu. Oke, kemudian never give up. Okay, so it's very important. We can highlight never give up. Even entrepreneur, you will to be not success if you don't have experience in the bad set, I mean, because even me, if I have a lot of job in entrepreneur, but I was to be down, I was to be bankrupt maybe, and I will give up. I always give it up and make a strategy, because this experience will make you to teach you and will make you to try again and make other strategy and best strategy. Because if you don't have experience, I think you will to be stuck in this state. And sometimes if you have a very and if you have a trouble or if you have a challenge, you will not go to other side. You will not to improve your thinking and make you stuck in this side, in just maybe in this time. Okay, so
sorry, Miss Eva,
okay.
meeting is 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Able to manage. So jangan pernah menyerah. Coba untuk memanage finansial yang ada di diri Anda, gitu. And the failure cause, unfocused and rush, lack effectivity, finance management, habits disparate, and when facing failure, and has a pure understanding of their own business. So, tetap fokus di dalam bisnis Anda, kemudian mencoba untuk manage finansial yang efektif, kemudian tetap untuk mencoba hal-hal baru, dan mencari solusi dari berbagai masalah, sehingga Anda memahami apa yang Anda lakukan. Oke. Okay, the important for the entrepreneur, we have a double income. Jadi kalau misalnya jadi guru, just stuck di teacher, kamu akan dapat penghasilan tambahan. Teacher followed and imitate. Okay, so teacher, we are to be followed for the student. Jadi Anda adalah orang yang menjadi orang yang akan ditiru oleh student Anda, orang yang akan diikuti student Anda, maka Anda harus menjadi orang yang terbaik. You need to be a best teacher to give a good profile for the student. Okay? Job opportunities. Kita akan memberikan kemungkinan job yang bisa diikutin oleh orang lain. Social sensitivity. So, kalau misalnya di lingkup sosial kita memiliki penghasilan tambahan, maka orang lain juga akan lebih menghargai. Ini mungkin di Indonesia, tapi secara global orang seperti itu. Sometimes kita melihat seseorang dari penghasilan, but it's not our mindset. Kita mencoba untuk memberikan sosial yang lebih baik dan kita bisa berbagi ilmu ke orang lain dengan kita memiliki double income. Kemudian, entrepreneurship skill, we need to digital age literacy. Kita harus memiliki literasi digital, inventive thinking, jadi kita harus memiliki pemikiran yang ke depan, maju ke depan, effective communication, komunikasi yang efektif, dan high productivity, produksi yang tinggi. Jadi kita harus memiliki banyak produktivitas. Nah, how to create opportunity in education? Entrepreneurial attitudes. I can be what? I want to be what? Jadi kalian harus memiliki mindset yang saya dapat melakukan ini, saya ingin melakukan ini. Kemudian kita memplanning, entrepreneurial intention, yaitu I'm planning to be. Jadi kalian baru bisa memikirkan apa yang akan saya lakukan. Kita punya planning A, B, C, D. Kalau misalnya nggak bisa gini, berarti harus melakukan alternatif. We need to make a lot of plan for the future and make a sample, and sometimes we need to alternative. If alternative one we can do, okay, we can do another alternative. It's like that. Entrepreneurial behaviors. I'm entrepreneur. We need to focus in yourself. You have instant for the entrepreneur. I was to be like that, so we need to be that. Saya sekarang menjadi seperti ini, maka saya harus bangkit menjadi seperti ini. Okay? And then identifying for, large audience. Okay. We have a target customer profile. We have student, parents, institution, and general public. So kita fokus, kita punya murid, kita punya orang tua yang bisa kita jadikan target untuk customer kita, institution, dan masyarakat luar. So this is the market, okay? And then how to so this is the component for edupreneurship marketing strategy. First, clear brand positioning. Jadi harus tahu brand yang benar gitu. Audience targeting and segmentation. You need to know your audience segmented and targeting. And then student persons and journey. Referrals and loyalty building. Value proposition messaging. Channel and content marketing. Coordinate company and result tracking. Jadi semua ini harus diidentifikasi dari brand, kemudian targeting marketingnya siapa, kemudian student atau murid kita seperti apa yang mereka butuhkan, kemudian bagaimana sih membangun loyalty kepada orang lain yang ada di sekitar kita, kemudian nilai dari proporsi kita bekerja sama, berkolaborasi, bagaimana kemudian kita membuat konten marketing, kemudian ada beberapa kerjasama dengan lembaga lain atau organisasi lain, kemudian kita membuat result tracking. Ini ada beberapa edupreneurship marketing strategi. We have a edupreneurship marketing strategy, analyzing education in market, employing market segmental, and gaining of comprehension. Building education brand. You need to make a brand for your institution or school. Education, institution, image by focusing on distinctive value, credibility, and positive reputation. And this is a marketing activity, clearing of vision and mission, product and service quality, marketing skill and knowledge. And this is a marketing strategy. You need to make a partnership and networking, flexibility and innovation, understanding education regulation, customer orientation, and marketplace education. And this is social influencer.
Apologies, Ms. Eva, you have 5 minutes remaining.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Identify the platform. So okay, for social media. And this is influencer, analysis improve. And this is, you can improve for educational games, stationary, learning model, and learning software. Okay, this is all for our profile. I think it's enough. I'm sorry for the time. And we can discuss for this because sometimes maybe because in this time it's very limited, and you can have a question and I will answer if available. Okay. Please, you can speak also in Indonesia if you cannot speak English. Thank you very much. Okay, Diva, I will give you the time.
Thank you. I do apologize for the participants because it's raining right here. My voice probably get lost or trembling while I'm speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and all you curious mind out there, it's time to dive into the world of question and answer. Your inquiries are like the keys, and I'm here to unlock the knowledge that you seek. Feel free to fire away with your question, and let's embark on this intellectual adventure together. Who's got the first question? To all participants, you can use the raise hand features or chat features. And one thing, you can say your name first before asking the question.
Diva, can you open your...
I do apologize for that. I forgot to unmute my microphone. Ms. Eva, it seems like the participants are still doing their question prepare for you. But first thing, probably I can ask you a little bit talking about your daily activities.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Iya. Lagi menunggu pertanyaan dari para partisipan. Mungkin Ibu kita bisa mungkin sedikit chit-chat ya. Untuk sehari-harinya Bu Eva kira-kira ngapain aja? Daily
Okay.
activity.
Okay, maybe I will share my activity. Actually, now I'm to be a lecturer in Malang University, and also I have some job. I'm president in PT International Hockey International. I'm sorry. And then I'm also owner from Revo Edu or Hockey International Edukasi Foundation. And now I have a summer job also to rent the kebaya, kebaya, because it's tradition clothes for Indonesia actually. And I have a lot of sharing, like parenting free for the teacher in national, and also I have some research with the other people in international, and sometimes I'm to be a keynote speaker also in international webinar, national and international. And now we try to collaboration with the other people in the other islands, right? Other islands in Indonesia like Maluku, NTT, NTB. I feel I like to education, but we need to share the knowledge without panic or without think about money. Really, this is true. My friend here, that's why they are smile, because sometimes we have some difficult case when we don't have money, we can sharing to other, right? That's why we need to settle with with our job. Jadi kesibukan saya sehari-hari, jadi Bapak Ibu, kenapa saya menjelaskan tentang marketing, sebenarnya itu sangat penting, di mana ketika kita punya lembaga tapi kita tidak memiliki finansial yang kuat, maka kita akan kesulitan, pasti kita akan mencari donatur dan lain-lain. Sebenarnya kita bisa menjadi guru, tapi kita juga beredupreneurship, sehingga kita punya marketplace, gimana kita bisa menambah income kita dari beberapa hal. Seperti yang saya lakukan sekarang, saya juga punya beberapa pegawai, ada 80 total pegawai saya gitu ya. Di samping saya harus profesional menjadi seorang lecturer, seorang dosen, saya juga memiliki PT dan usaha-usaha yang lain ya. Yayasan yang juga di mana bergerak di bidang sosial. Selain kita memiliki penghasilan dari dosen yang mungkin ya masih bisa digunakan untuk kehidupan dalam 1 bulan, tapi kita bisa memiliki tambahan untuk kebutuhan lainnya. Mungkin seperti itu, Bapak Ibu. Jadi finansial tambahannya bisa digunakan untuk kegiatan sosial tentunya. Okay, I will back to Diva. Thank you. I think Miss Rosie, she raised hand.
Thank you, Miss Eva, for sharing your daily activity. It seems there is one question from Miss Rosie Damayanti. Please, Miss Rosie Damayanti.
Okay, thank you, Diva. I'm sorry. I'm still in forum.
Miss Rosie, can't hear your voice.
Can you hear me? Wait.
We can hear you now, Miss Rosie.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, let me. Okay, I still search my position, fix my position. Okay, nice to meet you all to this forum. Very proud of you. I want to start my question for Miss Eva. Maybe in Indonesian first, because I have one question again next. Buat ini saya akan sampaikan dalam pertanyaan saya dalam bahasa Indonesia dulu ya, bahwa sebagai seorang guru biasanya atau dalam lembaga pendidikan itu kan biasanya kita tidak terbiasa untuk menjadi entrepreneur. Betul ya, jadi mungkin dari setting pendidikan dulu awalnya calon-calon guru tidak banyak yang terbekali dengan kemampuan menjadi entrepreneur. So, if we a teacher now, what should we do to to support untuk mengembangkan develop our entrepreneurs entrepreneur competence ya. Bagaimana kita bisa mengembangkan ketika kita sendiri itu masih nol gitu istilahnya ya, tidak terbiasa, tidak terekspos dengan dunia entrepreneur dan mungkin dunia pendidikan yang cenderung bukan flat fix ya, cenderung konsisten begitu aja gitu ya. Bagaimana kemudian kita sebagai pendidik yang kemudian harus melek dengan entrepreneurship itu memulai gitu, starting to develop themselves gitu ya. Itu seperti apa? Terima kasih.
Thank you, Ms. Rosi. Please, Ms. Eva, answer the question from Ms. Rosi.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Rosie. Actually, when I to be a teacher, then I know my salary just 50,000 rupees per month. Is make me feel so, oh, I'm sorry, I'm to be a teacher, so I need to be a focus in my learn for the student. So no, I don't think about my money actually. But when I need to buy something 1 month, it's just 50,000. You can imagine that. It's very sad. That's why I need to survive in my life. That's why I need to make a job. That's why this is the mindset. The mindset we need to approve, increase, and we need to move to other mindset. So, jadi awalnya memang karena saya pernah menjadi guru yang gajinya 50.000, jadi saya tidak mau menargetkan gaji tersebut hanya untuk kita. Jadi karena kita menjadi guru, bahwa itu adalah kegiatan yang sosial ya bagi saya, sehingga saya ingin mencari peluang baru yang mendapatkan other income lah istilahnya. Kita punya penghasilan tambahan. Dari situ saya coba ngelesin, dari situ saya coba untuk melakukan hal-hal. Okay, the first one in mindset. You need to change your mindset. You need to change. The teacher is not just teach, but you need to improve your mindset to be good career, good life, and balanced life. If you're not balanced, you just teach and you will sad because of that. It's not really happy or successful in your life actually. Jadi harus mengganti mindsetnya. Kalau saya ingin bahagia, maka saya harus ada penghasilan tambahan. This is mindset. Kemudian, so the second one is you need to collaborate and you need to have partnership, networking in the edupreneurship. Actually, you need to go with the other society that they have a same mindset to be an entrepreneurship. So, berkumpullah dengan orang-orang yang memiliki mindset sama, yang mau bekerja keras, mau mencoba hal baru, mau untuk mendapat penghasilan tambahan. And you need to know, actually, what's the name? To be entrepreneur is very positive vibes. Yeah, also Rasulullah, they are, what does it mean? He is a seller, right? Before to be a Rasul, just dakwah, but dia punya penghasilan tambahan menjadi pedagang. This is a positive vibe for us. Okay, and also when you have kalau punya punya beberapa komunitas, ketika kita jatuh, mereka akan kasih strategi. If we have a down mindset, when we have a community, so they will make you give up. Okay, give up, let's up, and they will give you solution also. Jadi berkumpullah dengan orang-orang yang memiliki mindset sama-sama berjuang di entrepreneurship, atau mereka juga memulai usaha baru, supaya kita dapat beberapa vibes yang dimana nanti akan kita jadikan experiments kita, kemudian juga pengalaman. Yang ketiga, the third one is you need to focus in the future. Okay, don't say in the backside, but try to make a lot of strategy, and also how you need to move for the reality and this time, and you need to make some productivity and also strategy in the future. So this is the I think this is the strategy for you to be entrepreneurial and in the first time. Jadi kalau saya yang pertama tadi mindsetnya dirubah, yang kedua banyak ikut community yang sama-sama. Kemudian yang ketiga kita harus memiliki strategi dan kita mencoba untuk hal-hal baru dan kita harus sering adaptasi dengan apa yang terjadi di lingkungan. Kemudian kita harus ketahui bahwa kita memiliki skill Bapak Ibu. Jadi teacher, lecturer atau student, saya yakin di sini semuanya memiliki skill, apalagi di pendidikan anak usia dini. You have a lot of skill actually in the art, okay? Singing, dancing, and anything. You can use this for your job. And also you have some knowledge. You can to be a lecturer, you can sharing your knowledge, you can to be consultant. It is also your skill. You can make service for the society actually. And also prayer, and then please not give up if you have a lot of trouble for this. Manage your time also, okay? Please manage your time. So this is the strategy if you want to be an entrepreneur in the first time. I think it's my answer, Miss Rosie. Okay, thank you very much. I will back to Diva.
Thank you, Miss Eva. Is it enough, Miss Rosie, to answer your question? Probably I will take as a yes. Now I will take some conclusion, and there is a lot of point about the entrepreneurship. Probably entrepreneurship is activities that reliability in education sectors can it's built for products, service, technologies, platform, or media. The point is the marketing strategy, there is a lot of it. The first thing is probably the vision, mission, and clear strategy. The second is able to manage finance. Third is create business opportunities. There is two things that we need to focus about, the failures, and there is a lot, they're successful. The successful one is already, I will say it before, and the failure is unfocused or lack and desperation being failure, and a lot of more. There is a key component in the marketing strategy. The first thing is clear brand positioning. Secondly is student persona. Thirdly is audience strategy and augmentation. Fourth is channel and content marketing. Saya akan menyampaikan dalam bahasa Indonesia. Dalam entrepreneurship, kita bisa lihat di mana entrepreneurship aktivitasnya di dalam sektor edukasi. Lalu, ini tuh bisa berbentuk dalam produk, service, teknologi, platform, ataupun media. Beberapa hal yang bisa dicatat dalam marketing strategi, yang pertama bisa dilihat dari segi successful-nya atau suksesnya. Yang pertama adalah visi misinya harus jelas, lalu kemudian bisa manage ataupun manajemen keuangannya, lalu membuat banyak peluang bisnis. Kemudian untuk failure-nya bisa dapat berupa tidak kefokusannya, kurang dalam skill, lalu depresi, dan masih banyak lagi. Kemudian ada beberapa komponen dalam marketing strategi. Yang pertama adalah brand yang jelas, lalu kemudian personal dari muridnya, lalu audiensnya, dan juga tidak lupa dari channel dan juga konten marketingnya. Kemudian mengutip dari pertanyaan Ibu Roshi tadi, apa yang kita harus lakukan ketika kita tidak mempunyai skill edupreneurship? Yang pertama adalah make a mindset. Yang pertama, tadi jika di bahasa Indonesia kan kita harus membuat mindset kita. Yang kedua ada kolaborasi dan juga partnership, di mana kita harus mencari partner dan juga berkolaborasi. Yang ketiga, fokus terhadap milestone kita. Dan terakhir, jangan lupa prayer and not giving up. Berdoa dan juga tidak mudah patah semangatnya. Thank you, Miss Eva and Miss Rosie. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed participants, it is now my honor to express our gratitude to our keynote speaker for the exceptional contribution on International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present this certificate of recognition. This certificate is awarded to Ms. Evania SPD MPD PhD in acknowledgement of their outstanding presentation and invaluable insights shared during the keynote address. On behalf of the committee, I extend our sincere thanks. We hope this certificate serves as a lasting reminder of gratitude for your significant role in making this event a success. Congratulations once again, Ms. Evania Yafi. Thank you very much. I hope you've been truly enjoying the insightful discussion and presentation we had so far. We're about to embark on another captivating session, and I'm thrilled to introduce our third keynote speaker. Our next speaker is true luminary in education technology, Ms. Robiatul Najwa binti Rosman, Master of Education, has remarkably background having a cool mental nation education research and innovation seminar in 2020 and 2021. Her dedication to early childhood education has not only set them apart, but has also positively impacted. Currently, as Assistant Director Education Technology and Research Division Ministry of Education Malaysia, Ms. Robiatul Najwa is a forefront of education innovation with a career characterized by looking at the qualification and working experience. She has been proven to be a trailblazer in every sense of the word. In today's keynote speaker, Ms. Robiatul will be sharing their insight on empowering digital competence to strengthen entrepreneurship soft skill. This is an opportunity for us to gain the first-hand understanding of digital entrepreneurship. And of course, the potential impact of collective future. Before we move on, Ms. Robiatul, can I ask your permission? Is it okay that we will remind you about the time limit within 10 and 5 minutes remaining?
So, yes. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, of course. Okay, thank you. I encourage each and every participant to actively engage with the content, whether you are taking notes, participating in discussion, or sharing your thoughts on social media. Be ready with your question, and we'll opening the floor for Q&A session at the end of the keynote speakers. Without further delay, please join me in the extending warm welcome to our third keynote speaker, Ms. Robiatul Najwa binti Rosman. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to respected professors, doctors, moderators, and audience. I would love to express my gratitude to Miss Eva for inviting me to this seminar. Miss Eva is one of my mate back when we are studying in UTM, Skudai Johor. So, Miss Eva, good to see you again. Okay, for moderator, you have a very good voice, moderator. I really love your voice. Okay, let me introduce myself a bit. My name is Najwa, Cikgu Najwa. I think you've heard Cikgu from Upin Ipin, and I have been in service for 12 years as primary school teacher. Specifically as Malay language teacher actually, but I will try to speak English as fluent as I can, and I hope all audience can understand my information will be shared after this. Currently positioned as Assistant Director in Educational Technology and Resources Division, Ministry of Education Malaysia, where I conduct several programs that empower digital technology among students and also teachers. So without further ado, I would like to share my screen. Okay, I will try to share my screen now. Okay, I hope all of you can see my screen. Is it okay, moderator? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, all right. I hope I will not delay this this presentation. I have only 5 slides for this sharing session. So today I would like to share my humble knowledge on how to empower digital competence to strengthen entrepreneur soft skill. As being mentioned by Miss Eva just now, entrepreneurship is a harmonious combination of educational and entrepreneurship, and it is much related to students and also educators, guru dan juga pelajar-pelajar yang sedang mengikuti kursus-kursus yang berkaitan dengan pendidikan, ya. Okay, I have 3 key points that I'm going to highlight for today's sharing session. The first one is digital competence, entrepreneurship, and soft skill. All of these are actually a very harmonious combination to integrate how entrepreneurship can be accomplished by students and also educators. So let's take a look on digital competence, kemahiran digital skills. I know that most of us and also what we call generasi X, Y, Z, I don't know. I think I am a baby boomers. I am actually 37 years old, so it might different how I integrate digital between you in as a latest generation of the world and between baby boomers. So I think digital competence are more highlighted to students nowadays, and it is actually a confidence and critical utilization of digital technologies among us in purpose to search for knowledge, to integrate communication, and also to help us solving problem in all aspects of life. So what can we relate digital competence and entrepreneurship? So we know that education these days, after pandemics, we are more highlighted and focusing on using digital utilization for our education settings, especially in our learning and teaching process. As I am a Malay language teacher, after pandemics, I tried to teach Bahasa Melayu using technology, but it is hard for me to utilize digital technology at first, because my opinion, learning linguistic need to be face to face. That's how I learn linguistic. That's how we learn. That's how I was setting those days. But when I try to know digital technology and try to integrate my competencies in digital skills, I see that there are so much opportunity for me to combine education and entrepreneurship. One of it is to shift my education medium to YouTube, to TikTok, to, I don't think all of you are still on Facebook, but most of my students are actively on TikTok and also Instagram. So I think this shift not only transform our education setting, but also transform how our students and school setting to be more creative and innovative. And also at the same time, it can be something to be helpful in integrated excellent academically and holistically at school. So what can we relate digital competence to entrepreneurship is everything that we have created, digital content that we have created, not only while pandemic, but also these days. It can be something that give us profit. So I think Miss Eva must understood more on how to create digital content, digital creation that can help you gain profit. So this is not something new to most educators and students, because I think YouTube can give us some profit or percentage of profit after we uploaded any of digital content on YouTube, but how we manage to create a good education content that can develop understanding about particular education matters is important. It's about creating wisely digital content. Okay, then within these two aspects, I have quite a thought about question from Miss Roshi just now. So what do we need to be edupreneurship competence, and also how can we use digital skill to have awareness on creating business related education or education related business? So we need soft skill. Do we have soft skill? What are soft skill? Are soft skill involve something physical? Do we need to have a good communication, or do we need a lot of connection to make sure that we have the channel to create a good business in terms of education? So let's see the next slide. Okay, I would love to share a little bit of our digital education policy that has just been launched on November 28th. There are 6 thrusts, and I think I would love to share this with all the audience, and you may refer to the link provided, and also you can scan the QR code to refer the full digital education policy. So based on this 6 thrusts, we may see that each component are related with each other, from digitally fluent student to committed strategic partners. I think these thrusts are quite influenced how we can integrate edupreneurship skills among students and educators. So if you want to have more details and information on digital education policy, you may scan the QR code. Okay, the first thrust is digitally fluent student. So because our important clients are students, so I guess we need to produce a student that understand how digital competence can be integrated in their learning process. So digitally fluent students, not only an individual that can use digital content or use their digital skills for something such as game or creating digital content. That's how our perception is. When someone really good in digital skills, what they know and what they are interested is game. But no, not really actually. Digital skills are something that very broad. I know that all of you have the ability to use Microsoft Office, iWork, Google Workspace. It is digital skills. But do you use your skills to make sure your students have the same ability as you are? So you can ask yourself, if you are an educator, if you are a lecturer, do you integrate your skills to ensure your students achieve the same competency as you? Okay, and then the thrust 2, digitally competent educators. We know that when we have students, we should also acknowledge the educators. So when we want students to be well competent in digital, the first thing is to have educators that also competent very well in digital technology. So in Malaysia, we have supports from Ministry of Education to create a community that we call Jauhari Digital Teachers, Cikgu Jauhari Digital, where they are being empowered to master digital skills in order to help schools and also students to gain perspective on how to use digital technology wisely, and also to enhance how they use digital skills that they already acquired. So then we move to thrust 3. Okay, we know that when we have students, we have educators, we have school settings, and in school settings, we have leaders, we have administrators. What if our administrators, what if our leaders doesn't have the awareness of integrating digital skills? What if our leaders, what if our administrators doesn't have the capability of using digital skills? It cannot be accomplished successfully if our leaders doesn't have the same ability, the same competencies as us. We want our teachers to be able using digital technology. We want our students to use technology wisely, but we don't have leaders and administrators that have the same capability. So in thrust 3, we ensure that our leaders, our administrators have at least the same basic digital skills in order to understand what kind of school settings that need to be integrated using digital technology. So educational leader who aim to create a very broad perspective with utilization of digital technology needs to understand and need to know how to apply it as much as our students and educators knows. Okay, then move to thrust 4, empowerment of infrastructure and infrastructure. I think this is something that quite an issue that worldwide. We have issues with infrastructure and infrastructure. Do you think if we have low provisions of infrastructure and infrastructure, do our utilization of digital technology can be accomplished successfully? What do you think? So looking to Malaysia's setting, honestly, we also have these issues, especially in rural setting. But we try to provide flexible and responsive resources that can be used digitally or offline. And we try to make sure that students and educators in rural setting are provided with the same digital technology utilization as much as students in city area. So then, based on infrastructure and infrastructure provision, this might influence how we create a quality digital content. This is what I feel important for me to highlight about edupreneurship and quality digital content creation. So we know that we are much interested to scroll down TikTok, scroll down Instagram more than reading books. I can actually stay up late at night just to scroll TikTok and also browsing my Instagram. I don't know why, but I think visual representation is much interesting rather than reading books. So what can we do to create a quality digital content related to education, but also gain profit from it? So I guess this is something that our students and educators can accomplish successfully using some like social media such as YouTube, TikTok to gain profit. So it's not about TikTok shop. TikTok shop is different from creating a digital content, and I have read that TikTok shop has been banned in Indonesia. So I think educational resources doesn't have to be promoted in TikTok shop, right? It can be promoted as content only, but also gain profit from it. Okay, and the last thrust is committed strategic partners. So committed strategic partners, they gain two ways benefit from our inspiration of digital education policy. So they might provide infrastructure, and they also gain profit from it. So such as major company of technology such as Google, Microsoft, they have been a very good strategic partners of Ministry of Education Malaysia, and they have supported all kind of resources and also infrastructure to make sure that all students and educators learn best using digital technology utilization. All right. Okay, we move to edupreneurship soft skills. Okay, edupreneurship soft skill consists of communication, collaboration, problem solving, empathy, and resilience. Have you heard about resilience? I think resilience defined as kekuatan. Ya, kekuatan kita untuk menerima pandangan dan juga untuk jadi kuat dan terus berusaha dalam bidang pendidikan dan juga keusahawanan lah ya. Jadi kekuatan yang kita ada itu akan memberi satu faktor ataupun pengaruh untuk kita meneruskan kemajuan di dalam bidang pendidikan dan juga keusahawanan. Okay, I can use bahasa Melayu, right? I think it's doesn't much different from Indonesia language. Okay, so let's take a look on communication. The first thing is, I think it's important to have a good communication skills, not only using digital technology, but also communication with people around us. That's how we connect and we seek for partnership with others, such mentioned by Dr. Miss Eva just now. We need to have partnership. We need to have collaboration with people. So the starting point is to have a good communication. So for me, honestly, I don't really have confidence to speak up publicly, but I think Diva have the confidence to speak with people more than I am. But I think it's something that we need to practice time to time, how to communicate with others. Try to speak up your opinion and share your ideas. That's how we learned to practice communicate virtually and also face-to-face with your teachers, with your lecturers. And then we need to have one of the soft skills that are important to be highlighted if you feel like you want to be edupreneurs. We need a collaboration, not only with other people from different sectors, different setting, but we have to enhance our good collaboration with our teammates, with our colleagues, and also try to accept different opinion and raikan pendapat. Ya, raikan pendapat bersama-sama rakan-rakan sekuliah dan juga pensyarah-pensyarah yang sedang mengajar kita bagaimana untuk menjadi seorang pendidik dan juga di dalam waktu yang sama menjadi seorang usahawan yang baik. Ya, okey. Jadi di sini melihat kepada apa yang telah dipaparkan, kita perlu ada satu kepercayaan kepada orang lain bahawa mereka mempercayai kita di dalam satu pasukan. Jadi this kind of collaboration build trust, and across cultural and social barriers, it doesn't matter. When you have trust, when you have a very good communication and collaboration, you can actually create a good connection with others. And then you need to have a insight on how to solve problems. Okay, how you solve problems is one of skills that not only needed by students this day, but also me as a person in charge for programs in Ministry of Education Malaysia. So I need to learn how to solve problems for my kids, for my students. So this skill needs strategies and digital approaches to navigate online and everyday contexts. I couldn't meet all people around Malaysia, so I need to have skills to solve problems using communication and collaboration virtually with my colleagues around Malaysia. So then we need to have empathy. Empathy is one core.
I do apologize, Ms. Rubiato. You have 10 minutes remaining.
Empathy is one of the core aspect of multiple intelligence. Without empathy, we cannot be educators, we cannot be leaders, or we cannot be successful in what we are doing. Empathy is important. Empathy means that we care about other people and we're concerned about their feelings. So I guess, in my opinion, as in service for 12 years with primary school kids, I think empathy is the most important things to be a core in being successful in all aspects, in all areas of life. Yeah. Alright, and then resilience, kekuatan tadi, seperti mana yang saya telah perkatakan, kekuatan adalah satu keperluan ataupun also emotional intelligence untuk kita terus berusaha dan mengecapi apa yang kita hendak capai, ya. Okay, dari segi satu yang perlu apabila kita mahu menjadi seorang yang kuat di dalam bidang pendidikan ataupun bidang keusahawanan adalah untuk mengawal diri kita dalam menjaga tutur kata dan juga menjaga emosi kita sewaktu kita berhadapan dengan orang ramai, ya. Okay, then move to the last slide. Okay. Okay, sekejap. Okay, this is my last slide. I think I still have time, Diva. Okay, how to integrate digital skills and strengthening educators' soft skills. So I have explained on digital skills. I have explained about educators' soft skills. So let's take a look bagaimana untuk kita memperkasa keusahawanan di dalam pendidikan. The first thing is strategic partners, as in thrust 6 just now. They can be a very good medium for us to get support in terms of infrastructure support. So I'm not sure how Indonesia's setting of education, but in Malaysia, we have gained support from Microsoft, Apple, Intel, Google to ensure that our kids provide with a well-equipped digital technology utilization. So, and then we also, in my opinion, as what have been integrated in Malaysia education setting, we have provide training programs and also competition for teachers and students. As I mentioned, Guru Jauhari Digital is one community that involves teachers that empower digital technology utilization in school and also administration setting. And then we have one program which I conduct this program for almost 2 years, Student Digital Education Empowerment Program. Program Pemekasaan Pendidikan Digital Murid Malaysia, which also focusing on competition and trainings to enhance digital skills among students from primary school to secondary school. And then we also have school campaigns and leadership program for students and teachers to integrate how they can use digital skills at the same time integrate their entrepreneurship soft skill. The third one is content development. Digital skill strengthening entrepreneur soft skills by the creation of content development. And content development not only consists digital content, but also web development and also game development. It is something that can be integrated either for educational setting, for learning and teaching processes, and also can be used as a profitable agent for teachers and educators. So content development can create educational solutions that address specific needs, challenge, and also improving access to education. Okay, and the fourth one is we need to have the skills for data analytic and also artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence are rapidly integrated in all aspects of sectors, all aspects of industry. So data analytic can shape prospect towards education aims and improve decision making, and also foster growth through the concept of algorithm. Data analytic and artificial intelligence are much influenced by algorithm and also the arrangement of data. So this kind of digital skill may
Ms.
strengthen
Robitul, you have
the
5
potential
minutes
skill.
left.
Okay, right. Okay, the last aspect is cybersecurity awareness. Okay, have you heard about cybersecurity? I think cybersecurity awareness is something that needs to be concerned among educators and also students. So it reduces the risk of cyber attacks and also protects again the unauthorized exploitation of data system, which, as I mentioned earlier about data analytic and artificial intelligence, if our data being affected by cyber threats, so it might cause us to lose all the data and also record of our education system. So I think cybersecurity awareness could be one of the things that need to be concerned among students and also educators. So I guess this is the end of my presentation. If you have any question, you may ask in Indonesian language and also English. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. We had some incredible insight and presentation from you. We're about to kick the Q&A session, and I know there is wealth of knowledge and curiosity in this virtual room. So, without further ado, let's open the floor for the participant question.
I will stop my sharing screen, yeah?
Yes. Is there any question for Ms. Robiato? You can use the feature raise hand or the chat one. Please state your name first before asking.
Untuk presensi akan dikirim melalui kolom chat.
To the participants, please unmute when you not wanted to the question. So to the participants who had a question.
Thank you so much.
There is one from Ms. Rosi Damayanti. I will read it. So, how does the Ministry of Education in Malaysia support soft skill education in preschool?
In preschool or school settings? Okay, in preschool. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Roshi. Very good insight, and thank you for the compliment as well. I think I never been in preschool education setting, but I have the experience of publishing books for preschool kids. So the way we integrate or expose soft skill for preschool student, the first aspect is to enhance their communication skills. So boleh saya berbahasa Melayu? Okay. Alright. Okay. Saya rasa lebih sopan untuk saya berbahasa Melayu sebenarnya, tapi untuk menghormati audience dan juga speakers, international speakers, I proceed my presentation in English. So to answer this question, I would like to use bahasa Melayu. So Miss Roshi, salah satu cara untuk kita memperkasa soft skill, ya, memperkasa multiple intelligence di kalangan murid-murid prasekolah, preschool students, adalah untuk memberi sokongan dalam proses komunikasi mereka seharian di dalam kelas. Itu yang pertama sekali. Dan di antara perkara-perkara yang telah kita terajui untuk murid-murid prasekolah adalah dengan menyediakan kaedah komunikasi yang lebih bersesuaian untuk murid-murid faham dan juga jelas bagaimana mereka perlu menjalani pendidikan prasekolah. Mereka adalah kanak-kanak yang belum matang, tetapi ada waktunya kita perlu memperkasakan satu kaedah komunikasi yang berkesan untuk mereka lebih jelas bahawa keyakinan untuk berkomunikasi ini tidak hanya digunakan di dalam perkarangan sekolah, tetapi juga digunakan apabila mereka lanjut usia. Jadi perkara yang paling penting adalah untuk memperkasakan kaedah komunikasi di kalangan murid-murid prasekolah itu sendiri. Okey. Yang pertama sekali pada asasnya, pada terasnya adalah kaedah komunikasi bersama kanak-kanak dan juga bagaimana keadaan itu dapat menyokong keyakinan untuk mereka berkomunikasi pada keadaan seterusnya.
Thank you, Ms. Robiato. Is it enough to Ms. Rosie?
Yeah.
Okay. I will open up one question again for the participant asking Ms. Robiato.
Sorry, Diva, may I ask a question? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Is all the audience related to educational sector, or are you yourself students in educational major?
Yes, I think some of participants is from the educational sector, but for me myself, I'm from major early childhood education. So yeah, become a teacher, I guess.
Okay, all right. So I think most of the participants could understand and have insight on how we can actually integrate digital skills for edupreneurship settings. So I hope that all of you try to polish your digital skills in order to gain profit and also create a good digital content to ensure our children, our next generation, capable to understand how to create a good digital content without any sensitive issues. I think for children nowadays, they are exposed to negative digital content on YouTube or on TikTok. I hope that all of you as students and educators in the future will have an alternative to create a digital content and make sure your kids in the future gain something profitable, something beneficial from all of your creation. Okay.
Thank you, Miss. We had a lot of insightful presentation from you. Probably we will do it in the future. So, yes, for the participants, is there any question for Miss Robiato? I think it's enough. We get move on. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and Eastern participants, it is now my honor to express our gratitude to our keynote speaker for the exceptional contribution to International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present this certificate of recognition. This certificate is awarded to Ms. Robiatul Najwa binti Rosman, Master of Education, in acknowledgement of their outstanding presentation. On behalf of the committee, I extend our sincerest thanks. We hope this certificate serves as a lasting reminder of our gratitude for your significant role in making this event a success. Congratulations, and once again, thank you so much, Ms. Robiato.
Thank you so much. Inshallah, jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. I trust participants found the previous session to be both informative and inspiring. As we continue our journey through this incredible event, it is my pleasure to introduce our four keynote speakers, someone who has a wealth of knowledge and experience. Our next speaker is visionary who's contributing half-left and edible mark on edupreneurship. Please join me in welcome Dr. Edi Nur Aisyah, MPD. Her commitment to early childhood education is truly inspiring. Currently, Dr. Annie holds a position in the lecture Early Childhood Education Department in Universitas Negeri Malang. Ms. Annie is renowned for participating in building early childhood education entrepreneurship corner team in Universitas Negeri Malang. Their expertise in entrepreneurship has positioned them as a guiding force, shaping the trajectory of our collective journey. It is in this keynote address, Ms. Annie will share profound insight on analysis of financial literacy communication for early childhood entrepreneurship education. As we bid farewell to this event, the fourth speaker will linger, leaving us a lot of insight and information about EC or entrepreneurship. As we listen to Miss Annie, I encourage you to absorb every word reflection on the concept present and consider how this insight can be applied in your respective endeavors. Don't hesitate to share your takeaways on social media. And remember, we'll serve time for your question at the end, ensure a meaningful conclusion of our programs. So be ready for your question, dear participants. Without further delay, please join me in extending warm welcome to our fourth keynote speaker, Dr. Edi Nur Aisyah, MPD. Dr. Edi, is there any troubles? It seems there is some problem with the microphone.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you can hear your voice right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Diva. Okay. All of the participants, good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, allow me to present my presentation. Or there is any host can to present? Okay. 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 Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Analysis of financial literacy communication for early childhood entrepreneurship education. The sound were so good at Cosnode. We hear so much interesting about the another skill from our children to face the 21st century for a letter. Okay. Next slide. Financial literacy is critical thinking that support understanding financial management in early childhood. Financial literacy in early education has a long-term impact, helping to form positive attitude towards money, managing financial, and can to everyone going be better to face their future. Teacher and parent involvement is working together in one progress in program to face the process of management in financial literacy or entrepreneurship skill that must going in their our child. As we know, there are lack of research in this context. Everyone so concerned about another skill other than entrepreneurship, but in a principle of learning, early childhood must to be known better than before. It must to be relevant in early childhood education goal. Today I will to discuss with all of you in integrating entrepreneurship in financial literacy early childhood. That's I will give the reason, the urgency factor to investigate financial literacy and context of entrepreneurship in early childhood education. Okay, next. This study aims to be enlarge our knowledge, but identify the quality of financial literacy communication. It's one of the main objects of this research to identify quality financial literacy communication applied in early childhood education entrepreneurship. This includes research is teaching method, learning material, and communicative approach to the children financial literacy concept. And the second one is analyzing the impact of communication in early childhood. We want to explore analyze the impact of financial literacy communication on young children financial understanding and attitudes. There's many of value can to be introduced with our child. That's to manage the money and going to be obedient with their money, how to spend it on daily activity. We are assessing the link between financial literacy and early childhood entrepreneurship development. Another aim is to access the relationship between financial literacy and entrepreneurship development in early childhood. The research will to be understood how understanding financial concept can support the development of entrepreneurial skill and attitudes at this stage of children development. And the last one is want to be have recommendation to improving early childhood financial literacy and entrepreneurship in program of the learning from early youngs. Okay. So next. We're going on 3 concepts in literature review that we want to explore, explain you. Introduction to basic financial concept, numeracy skill development, the origin of saving and financial planning, introduction to simple entrepreneurship concept, the role of parent and teacher in learning, and relation to value and ethics. So in early childhood education communication, we want to know there are any skill of communication in early childhood can to be empowerment and effective way to communicate with children. Maybe it's so really basic because every child have the limited sentence and maybe comprehension that really standard in daily activity. So we knowing them by the standard of the development language that we have received. And the entrepreneurship education, we discussed that basic concept of entrepreneurship in early childhood, entrepreneurship learning model, and the educational environment, integration of entrepreneurship in curriculum, evaluation of the impact entrepreneurship education in early childhood. Okay, and then next. Our research was going so fastly because this event was on management in limited times. This research is qualitative research methods. I was study approach at 5 early childhood education institutions, implement financial literacy and entrepreneurship program in Indonesia. The research subject was teacher, parent, and children, data collection through participant observation, in-depth interview and documentation. The validity and the data was tested through source triangulation and open verification through discussion group forums. And everyone in this group forum can to be improved with any experience that have spent in their daily activity during they have learning about the edupreneurship in financial literacy. Okay, and then next. This 3.1's our result of identifying quality of early childhood financial literacy communication. Based on these three results that we find from the teaching methods, they commonly use educational game and comic to knowing the concept basic of the edupreneur and early childhood. And the second one is learning material, basic financial concept and simple entrepreneurship was going to know with a daily activity that we call, they have one event that's very interesting, isn't it, calling by one day market ya. Kalau di bahasa Jawa itu mereka menyebutnya pasar kaget ya. Was going in one of puncak tema, what we calling Miss Eva. Puncak tema, mountain of tema. Maybe that's familiar for us in Indonesia, but not familiar in another country. And the third is interactive and participatory teacher and parent involvement. There was involvement together in one day market, going to be buyer and seller, and every child have one or limited money going to buy something that was made of their parent and going to be seller in among activity. It's only in one day goings, and everyone have one rule to be someone as buyer or as seller, as watching only gitu ya. He didn't do anything but going to be knowing what is kind of food, what is kind of identified of gradient of the value in every food that have selling in that day. Okay, next. Next slide. Okay. The second result, the analysis of impact of financial literacy communication on young children financial understanding and attitudes. For the first one, increase financial understanding, and the second one, change in financial attitude. And the third, parental involvement. There is so closely with the parent and the teacher to be going together in one process of the activity to give knowledge about the edupreneurship in their literacy, financial, that's going in early education. And the fourth is long-term impact. In the long-term impact, it's very something memorizing to be interest for children, because they're very interested and really want to be going one day market as daily activity among the learning, along the learnings. And the five, effective of learning method. The effectiveness of learning methods, it's going to be comic or socio-dramatical play. It was effectiveness was going to know the children about any literacy of financial. In Indonesia, that we call kembalian, perlu uang berapa, bagaimana cara membelinya, kemudian prediksi mendapatkan makanan apa. That's they have concept how to predict, how to buy effectively, how to receive the money back while they have a lot of money, and how to adjust the money as the something useful, not only just wasted the money. The next one is consideration and individual difference. Every child know the other person have no blessing a lot of money and can give another, or only just sharing how to be happy, can to be together and sharing to improve the financial literacy with the other children. And the last one, implication for program development. There was a lot of implication, especially for the school. The impact one is they have get branding. Branding, who's know everyone that school have one program, very interesting. It's called the One Day Market. Okay. For the next one, slide. The three results of assessing the relationship between financial literacy and entrepreneurial development in early childhood was going, there is 7 finding, integration of entrepreneurship concept in financial literacy, going something useful for children, for parent, and also a teacher. Entrepreneurship soft skill development was going increasing and really increase for children to knowing the money and value, to be buyer or to be something selling, that we have worked hardly, so they have to save big saving too. And the third one, relationship between financial understanding and entrepreneurship. They have to save a lot of advertising and relation in manage financial during entrepreneurship education. The urgency of financial literacy in entrepreneurship context was enlarged. Well, we have expressed our financial literacy in every education, especially in early childhood education. The important role of teacher and parent in entrepreneurship development was going specific role, each of them, and can to be education will whole holistic process in learning. The importance of creative learning, there was receive the meaning of learning, because going receive knowledge by experience, and recommendation for development, for program development was something useful to be going futuristic and can be adapted in every years, maybe not only in time again. And everyone want to explore, not only in school, maybe in house. Okay, next. The last result of recommendation for improving early childhood financial literacy and entrepreneurship program, there was 7. Integration of financial literacy in curriculum was something useful, and we came to enlarge this in one specific program, can to make the concept was useful. And going to the development and patriotic to children development, such picture stories or educational game. And second one, improve teacher training, focus on teacher training in providing financial literacy, entrepreneurship, improving their skill in presenting material creatively and effectively can significantly impact children learning outcome. So collaborative program development with parents have recommendation for the importance of involving parents in financial literacy and entrepreneurship evolve. The program provides support for parents and supporting children in learning at home. Development of relevant learning material can be daily activity life, focusing on developing simple entrepreneurial skill and understanding basic financial concept. Creative learning method can encourage creative learning methods such as game, simulation, or simple entrepreneurial project can make learning more engaging and effectively. Periodic evaluation and adjustment implement a regular evaluation system and program adjustment based on evaluation result. This allows the program to remain relevant and practical according to the children's needs and development. And the 7, collaboration with local financial institution. Maybe we can to make the stronger collaboration with local financial institution or educational industry player to provide practical insight and support children understanding of real world appreciation, financial and educational concept. Plan long research as evaluation to measure the impact of financial literacy educatorship program on children development. So, next slide. That we have get main point of this discuss today. The concept building communication financial literacy. I will to try that is developing children entrepreneurship abilities must conduct by creative teacher methods. Role of teacher and parent in encourage financial literacy, integrating of entrepreneurship skill development as support, confirmation with the goal of early childhood education. It's make a change if there's in last day maybe we only going on development and basic skill. No, we must to going adaptive with communicating financial literacy skill. There was balance with child growth and development. With all of the holistic learning stakeholders can to improve building communication financial literacy skill as major project to be edupreneurs person from the early young. Maybe. So next, it's our last conclusion. We want to explain you that educational game method and picture story are effective increasing understanding of financial literacy in early childhood. Teacher and parents have significant impact to support the financial literacy communication in learning. The financial literacy program not only improve understanding of financial concept, but also contribute to development of simple educational skill in early childhood. Lack of resource and barriers to improving pairing highlight the need for special measure to ensure the smooth implementation of financial literacy program. Financial literacy and entrepreneurship program must truly accommodate children's needs and level of understanding in each stage. Maybe there is enough my presentation. We can to going next discussion maybe by our mediator, Mbak Diva. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Annie, for amazing presentation, Nasi. It is time to dive into the world question and answer. To the participants, feel free to fire away with your question and let's embark on this intellectual adventure together. So, who got the first question? I do kindly reminding to the participants, before asking the question, please mention your name by using the picture raise hand or the chat features. There is one question, probably I would like to read it in bahasa. Bagaimana cara menghadapi tantangan dalam menerapkan literasi keuangan dan kewirausahaan anak usia dini? How do we get on with the challenges to get on in financial literacy and entrepreneurship in the in the early childhood? Is it okay to Miss Annie to answer it?
Okay, thank you, Miss Diva. There is so hard rain, yeah, in this place. So I didn't hear clearly. Okay, but it's okay, because there is tech, ya. Bagaimana cara menghadapi tantangan dalam menerapkan literasi keuangan kewirausahaan anak usia dini? Tantangan yang paling kita siapkan untuk saat ini untuk menghadapinya adalah bagaimana memanage program itu sesuai dengan minat dan kemampuan stakeholders atau orang tua. Karena kesadaran membangun literasi sejak dini kadang kurang diimbangi dengan kesadaran orang tua untuk menanamkan juga bahwa anak juga memiliki profit dalam menggali jiwa wirausahanya, kan gitu ya. Karena beberapa orang tua lebih mengedepankan anak untuk selalu ada dan siap tanpa harus berupaya. Sehingga apa yang dilakukan, push the parent to be good support in financial literacy for early childhood. Again, bagaimana nge-pushnya? Berikan mereka satu tantangan. Salah satunya contoh yang tadi kami temukan adalah beri program, di mana program tersebut yang mengelola adalah orang tua. Sekolah menjadi support system dan menjadikan program tersebut sebagai wahana belajar. Siapa yang berperan? Stakeholder, orang tua, masyarakat, bikin one day market ya. You can make one day market as a facilitator to be practice shopping market in one day limit gitu ya, with the money as limited going from home gitu ya. Dan orang tua di situ berperan sebagai penjualnya. Mereka juga memproduksi. Sehingga cara belajar yang pertama itu adalah semua belajar. Sekolah menjadi pengemuka ide atau penyampai ide. Dia akan menjadi mediator untuk menghadirkan fasilitator. Siapa? Yaitu orang tuanya. Orang tuanya diajak belajar untuk membantu menjembatani dalam program formal maupun informal di lingkungan sekolah dan rumah. Oke. Kemudian anaknya ditekankan untuk memiliki peran dalam aktivitas tersebut. Mereka juga diajari untuk mengenalkan cara beretika menggunakan uang, ya, sesuai dengan kemampudanaan dan tidak mengembangkan hal-hal yang bersifat negatif. Katakan etika ini kan terkait dengan ini ya Mbak Diva ya. Untuk saat ini we know there is one something booming gitu ya, pinjol gitu, pinjaman online itu kan juga cause effect was we not going educated our child to be financial literacy in positive habit kan gitu. Jadi ketika dengar pinjol langsung maunya pinjam aja tapi nggak mau balikin. Nah, ini juga kita kenalkan. Ada istilah meminjam, ada istilah juga di situ saving money with the simple way. We can to introduce with name list in Indonesia is arisan gitu ya, atau pinjam meminjam. Arisan beda dengan pinjam meminjam, selain juga mungkin menabung. Nah, aktivitas-aktivitas kecil yang ada di lingkungan anak menjadi satu modal material dasar untuk guru bisa kenalkan, sehingga sejak kecil mereka akan aware terhadap transaksi apapun yang terjadi di sekitar mereka, dan mereka tumbuh menjadi pribadi yang siap menghadapi challenge berjiwa edupreneur, tapi edupreneur yang cerdas. Mungkin itu dari kami. Oke, terima kasih.
Thank you, Miss Annie. Is that enough, Miss Fitrotu? Okay, I think it is enough. So there is one excited participant I see, Miss Tririndiani. I do apologize for spelling mistakenly for your name. The question is how to provide entrepreneurial learning to children based on the curriculum system in Indonesia. Bagaimana cara menyediakan pembelajaran wirausaha yang berbasis kurikulum di Indonesia. Seperti itu, Ibu. Silakan.
Oke. Bagaimana cara menyediakan kurikulum berbasis edupreneur di Indonesia. Oke. Jadi gambaran singkatnya, may I talk in bahasa ya? I
Yes.
see there is, okay, so completely gitu ya, Indonesia team ini. Oke, ya. Ketika kita menerapkan kurikulum edupreneur di lingkungan Indonesia, mungkin masih jarang dalam aktivitas keseharian yang bersifat formal. Nah, diperlukan kesiapan sekolah untuk menjembatani dalam program-program aktivitas yang di situ tidak melepas diri dengan stakeholder secara holistik. Ya, kurikulum yang dikembangkan bagaimana? Satu, tetap tidak terlepas dari konsep bagaimana minat anak, inisiatif anak, dan kemudian juga perkembangan anak. Jangan sampai kurikulum yang dikembangkan lepas dari cakupan capaian perkembangan yang harusnya anak berada. Contoh nih, Bu, boleh nggak ngenalin pinjol? Kan tadi Bu ini nyebutin pinjol. Ya jangan dulu, mereka belum di level itu, kan gitu ya. Hanya itu tadi kan istilah kita orang besar nih, saat ini kan sedang banyak marak dan masuk juga dalam ranah hukum, kan gitu ya. Sehingga apakah sampai di level itu? Tidak. Namun, prefer bagaimana etika, role yang harus mereka patuhi ketika punya uang, bagaimana uang adalah sebuah aurat kalau di kita muslim, kan gitu ya. Sehingga mereka harus saving, keeping, and obedient the money gitu ya, menghormatinya dengan tidak cara meremas atau mungkin juga membelanjakan dengan suka-suka, bahkan melipat-lipatnya menjadi mainan kan gitu. Sehingga fungsi uang, bagaimana menggunakan uang, bagaimana memanfaatkan uang, itu adalah model-model sederhana yang bisa kita masukkan dari kurikulum kepada kurikulum di pendidikan anak usia dini supaya kita semua sebagai pendidik tidak terlalu berat memikirkan, katakan, waduh kalau tadi one day market gitu, kayaknya berat ya. Ya pasti, kita harus bekali dulu pijakannya dalam edukasi kesehariannya. Jangan langsung one day market dibawain duit, belanja yuk, gitu ya, apa yang disuka. Tentunya ketika program disuarakan pada awal semester, durasi sebelum program dilaksanakan, disitulah guru berperan menyiapkan. Siapa saja yang dilibatkan, beri mereka juga edukasi. Seperti hari ini, mestinya kita juga bisa mengundang orang tua. Bahwa di sekolah kalau ada program one day market, jangan kaget. Karena baru mendengar di sini ada program itu, kan gitu ya. Sehingga disitulah kesiapan, tidak hanya dari pihak sekolah, namun juga anak atau masyarakat sekolah perlu untuk berpikir bersama kurikulum yang seperti apa akhirnya nanti berterima dan batasan yang bagaimana harusnya ada di lingkungan anak. Bagaimana juga nanti keterkaitannya dengan perkembangan lain, karena berbicara literasi finansial juga erat dengan kognisi, emosi, ya enggak? Kemudian juga fisik. Bu, gimana fisik? Kalau kita belanjanya nggak cepat gitu ya, nanti keburu habis itu harus lari kan gitu ya, bisa juga begitu. Sehingga keterkaitan ini sangat erat, tidak hanya ketika literasi finansial sudah matang, perkembangan yang lain diabaikan. Jadi masukkan dalam beberapa aspek itu dan ini akan menjadi penciri khusus di sekolah. Alias capaian yang selama ini mungkin hanya 5 kompetensi dasar, jenengan punya branding di sekolahnya, kami juga punya penguatan literasi finansial dalam program kami. Nah, masukkan tingkatan capaian mana saja yang ingin diraih, disesuaikan dan bisa involve dalam daily activity report menjadi satu kesatuan, guru bisa menerapkan tentunya dengan konsep-konsep dan batasan yang berkesesuaian dengan kemampu danaan orang tua maupun lingkungan sekolah. Jangan sampai lingkungan sekolahnya biasanya sangu 2.000, anaknya suruh memberi sangu 20.000. Nah, akhirnya aku paling kaya nih di kelas, aku membelanjain siapa ya? Walau ini tidak benar, tapi di situ kita bisa masuk dalam pembelajaran literasi finansial untuk mengenalkan cara berhemat, ya, cara menyimpan uang dengan baik, cara merahasiakan punya uang banyak. Karena kalau makin diumbar nanti dirampok teman, gitu ya, bisa jadi atau dirampok lawan. Oke. Jadi uang bisa mendatangkan manfaat, tapi juga bisa mendatangkan musibah. Sehingga itulah arah yang mestinya muatan kuat dalam kurikulum sehingga anak-anak bisa teredukasi dengan baik dengan kepemilikan tersebut. Mungkin begitu, Mbak Diva.
Thank you, Dr. Annie. I do apologize for the participants who were asking for Dr. Annie, but the time remaining is kind of up right now, so I do apologize for all of these participants in the virtual room. So I will take a conclusion for this presentation. The first thing is the educational game method and picture are effectively increasing financial literacy. Secondly, teachers and parents has a significant role. And third, financial literacy contribute to the development of simple entrepreneur skills in early childhood. Saya juga akan menyimpulkan dalam bahasa Indonesia. Yang pertama adalah metode dalam game edukasi dan juga gambar sangat efektif untuk meningkatkan literasi finansial pada anak usia dini. Dan yang kedua, guru dan juga orang tua punya peran yang penting. Yang ketiga, literasi finansial berkontribusi mengembangkan skill berwirausaha pada anak-anak. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed participants, it is now my honor to express our gratitude to our keynote speaker for the exceptional contribution on International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present this certificate of recognition. The certificate is awarded to Dr. Adi Nur Aisha MPD in acknowledgement of their outstanding presentation and invaluable insights shared during the keynote address. On behalf of the committee, I extend our sincere thanks. We hope this certificate serves as a lasting reminder of our gratitude for your significant role in making this event a success. Congratulations and thank you so much, Dr. Annie.
Thank you.
I hope the participants been truly enjoying the insightful discussion and presentation we had so far. We're about to embark on another captivating session, and I'm thrilled to introduce our last keynote speakers. Our final speaker is an individual whose work has made a profound impact on financial, with a career marked by a financial regulation authority and got experience in the field of financial administration and managing a lot of projects. Dr. Tuba Khalid brings a wealth of experience and expertise to our virtual room today. Dr. Tuba Khalid currently as a founder of Finance School and has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to ensuring the professional capabilities of career-oriented personnel and to minimize the financial scams and fraud in the financial economy. Her journey in financial has been nothing short of extraordinary, and today we have the privilege of gaining insight from her. In this keynote address, Dr. Tuba Khalid will take us to deep dive into the importance of family financial education. From her unique vantage point, she will share perspective, experience, and perhaps even a glimpse into the future of financials. As we bid farewell of this event, their words will linger, leaving us to talk, to ponder, and challenge to embrace. Before we move on, Dr. Tuba, can I ask your permission to, is it okay to remind you about the time limit within 10 and 5 minutes remaining? Okay, thank you so much.
I'm sure I'm audible, right?
Yes, Dr. Tuba?
I'm sure I'm audible, right?
Oh, okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah, but
Okay.
the voice is kind of a bit lower than I thought.
Okay, I'll try to speak a little bit more hard.
Thank you so much. As we listen to Dr. Tuba, I encourage you to observe very well, reflect on the concept presents, and consider how this insight can be applied in your respective endeavors. Don't hesitate to share your takeaways on social media, and remember, we reserve time for a question at the end to ensure a meaningful conclusion to our program. Without further delay, please join me in the extending a warm welcome to our last keynote speaker, Dr. Tuba Khalid.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mustafa, for inviting me on this big forum. And I'm very pleased to see all the participants and their interest. I think that there are a lot of information in this conference, but if someone is unable to understand my point or point of view, you're more than welcome to ask me any question again and again. I really don't mind that. Okay. So thank you so much for your kind introduction as well. One thing I would like to add in my introduction is that I have been running a national level investor education project. And I would love to share the takeaways from that project in this presentation as well. So the topic I was assigned is the the importance of the family financial education. And I would like to start it from the facts and figures that across the world, a lot, usually a few reports said that more than 70% of people in are vulnerable to the finance and they are struggling managing their finances. One point is very skeptical in everyone's mind. Like people think that finance is only for the finance persons or maybe for the accounting persons. No, it should believe even the person is illiterate. Finance is for everyone. You have to manage your home, you have to manage your kitchen. I particularly talk about the women, or if a person who is school going, a little child, they need to know about finance. And uh, in continuing this, that learning about finance, it often leads to the financial crimes and frauds, right? So today, a lot of people, which the fact shows that around 61% people are vulnerable to fraud attacks. And this is the report of USA by the FTC, and I would love to share the report by Indonesia as well later. So what I believe and what leave the bookish information that why the financial education is so much important overall, I would like to share in my experience. A person who gets retired at the age of 60, right, and he doesn't know where to invest, where to save, and how to manage his finances. He collect all his savings from his company after 60 years, and he gave it to someone without knowing any information about that financial product. Once he is going to do that, he is about to lose all of his money. So how it usually happens, I just want to share a case with you. A person showing himself as an insurance agent came to that retired person, and he appears as a sales agent, a successful sales agent, and showing that the premium he is going to give him on insurance and considering them as a profit. And he lured in that particular person who is retired, who doesn't know about financial products, about savings and investments, and he gave us all of his savings of 30 years service. So what happened at the end? Not only he is suffering, his whole family will be suffering. At all the levels, everyone will be suffering through this loss because that was his savings from all of the years. So there is always a need of a strong foundation of financial literacy in the whole family, so they can achieve their goals, at least their financial goals, and they can save for their education. They can plan their retirement. They can know that how they have to pay off their debts responsibly. And the most important thing is, I'm really sorry, I'm a little bit. So, and they need to know that how they need to run the business, because in today's era, I'm pretty sure that not only in Pakistan or Malaysia or Indonesia, I'm pretty sure that a person, a single job is not enough for a person. They need to know that what side business they can run besides their job, right? So until and unless they don't know about all the financial investment products or savings, they can't invest in any running business with all the restrictions they have to abide by their offices as well. So why it is important? Because they need to know how to create a budget. People usually knows that what a debit or what is a credit, but there are a lot of terminologies that even if you're not a finance person, you need to know about it. Just like how you are letting off the cash flows, the cash inflows and cash outflows, and how you have to what percent of your income you need to save actually. And then, the whole life you create a budget, and you need to know that how you're creating a budget with the saving and the investments as well. And with that saving, that portion of the saving, you need to know that how you are going to plan for the retirement. And besides that planning of the retirement, the family person, especially the senior ones, they need to know that how they are going to pay off their debts. So that can be paid once they know that how they can spend their personal finances, or how they need to manage their personal finances. And to manage their personal finances, it is important that they need to know that how they can track their personal finances. Today, there are a lot of apps available on app stores where you can track that how you can how much you are spending, in which category you are spending more, and after looking into the reports, because these apps are going to provide you reports very effectively with a very good graphics and personalized details. So after looking into these kind of reports and details, you can track your personal finance as well. We generally talk about that what becomes the role of the family, because if the eldest person is going to have a loss, or they are going to be the victim of any scam or fraud, that actually impacts all of the family, including wife or everyone who is living besides you, right? Or everyone who is in your surroundings. So just like the other aspects of any relationship, the financial understanding and habits can differ between the partners. Of course, a bread earner need to know finance in a different manner as compared to a mother or a wife need to know about the finance. At the same time, a child who is just school going, they need to know about the finance at the different levels. So everyone has a different kind of opportunity, and they need to know about little about finance from the scratch, even they are in class 1, right? Because as we're talking here about childhood education, I must say that there must be a plan that from the scratch or from the class 1, the toddlers should be told that what is about money and how they can save it, and how much percent they are required to save every time they get some income, or they get some money in pocket from their parents. They need to know that how much they must save to hold their future, basically. I would like to give an example here, or share my experience, particular in one of the particular area of Pakistan. When a child is born, usually people gift a certificate to that child, a newborn child, right? So they give a certificate as a gift, and that is a share certificate. So when they are like, you can say just 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, it's a worth of very small money that when a child is born, they give that stock price or share certificate to that child, because once that child is grown up, he or she can use that kind of investment for the future endeavors, right? So this is a kind of example that a financial literacy needs to be included in the families from the scratch. And this is how a family can be collectively effort, right? Okay, so I was talking about the most senior in the family, and of course they need to guide all of the other parties, other members of the family, just like wife or children or son. So they need to tell them that how they can save. But sometimes, I personally suggest that sometimes the forced saving is the most important thing, or the most useful thing than when the saving is done forcibly. Okay, how you can do the forced savings? Just like you are putting 1% of the your income in your another bank account, just do it by force. Or you maybe you have heard the name of collective investment, when all the persons are collectively giving some amount, and every month someone get that collective amount, but every person is giving that amount in small chunks. Okay, so this is a kind of forced savings. For that effort, one thing is more important. Just like people think that, okay, if I want to buy a car, it is okay, I can go to the bank and I can ask for markup, but it is more useful that rather go to the bank, pay the markup, or most of the time when dealing with such kind of the financial plan, most of the time it happens that they become victim of any financial scam as well, because you must heard about pyramid schemes, that Ponzi schemes, MLM marketing, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of well organized scams even in Indonesia, right? The Ponzi schemes and triangles, when the first or second and third tier is getting a lot of money, but the next tier is not getting any money, and all the collective investment is going to the first tier or the top management. That automatically implies, or it gives an artificial inducement to other general public that they can also invest and they can get the savings, or they think that they might be putting their savings in the best place. But no, all of the money which is right now in your hand is the best, or any money which you can see, or which is 100% controlled by you, is the best thing and is the best investment, right? And for that, you need to know about all the financial investments, products or saving products. Right? So from when the collectively effort is required, there is always a collective loss. One more example I would like to quote here. Just like a mother who needs to tell his toddler that, like, I'm giving you 5 Indonesian rupees, and you need to put one of that amount, or 1% of that amount every time. You need to put 1% of that amount in your saving box. If they are going to tell them very clearly, or they might be, what happened that at the end they will have a habit will develop, right? A habit to a habit to do saving and investment every time will develop in the children, right? Same like when the bread earner is going to guide that, the finances of a woman and the finances of a man are a bit different, right? And a woman needs financial independence every time. Uh, Either you are living with your parents or you are living with your husband. Your financial independence is the key to live with freedom. This is the fact, actually, right? So when the whole of the family is going to put an effort, giving them a guidance, then there will be a collective profit or a collective effort to have a more financial freedom or investments and savings. Otherwise, on the other hand, there will be a collective loss at that time. So there might be a little fact I found 3 years ago, that a 3 years old report, and there are little facts that, like, in Indonesia, I was a little bit surprised at first that in Indonesia, like 6% of the people save more than 50% of their income only, right? There can be another reasons like inflation, or maybe that GDP growth or other things, and only 2% of the people save 49% of their income, right? The interesting part is that at least 33% of Indonesian people are going to save less than 10% of their income in savings. So here we need to know that, 10% of the income is really valuable for the saving. Like, is it a good enough amount that you are going to save only 10% of the income? What I suggest, it is a good amount until and unless that besides that 10% of the income, you are also having some kind of investments too, right? So it is mandatory that if you're going to have that percentage of your income as a saving, you need to increase your investment side. With respect to the investment, I would like to share your knowledge that whenever you are going to invest your amount anywhere, must see that what are the consequences or time frame, how much you are, because it is all about time value of the money. And time is money. So whenever you are going to invest, you really should know that, okay, I'm going to book my money for 1 year, and the amount I am getting on that investment, is it really worth it to invest or block your amount for the whole year? Or is it better that I buy some asset and then I sell it on the time period, maybe to get a more better profit in that return? But if not doing any investment, at least 30 to 40% of the income should be saved. Some people have another concept that saving means that you are going to put that as it is amount in your saving account, it means saving. No, it is not kind of a saving. Even you are going to buy a saving certificate, this is saving, this is not investment. People think that buying low income certificates or buying a low level okay, so buying a low level certificate, it means that they are investing much or they are saving. No, when you are buying, let's suppose you are buying a saving certificate for 2 years and they are going to give you return of 5% or 3%, this is your saving. This is not at all investment, right? And another factor is that you're normally Indonesians save which financial product they save. And unfortunately, but likely Pakistan, like more than 50% of the Indonesians would love to save the amount in the form of cash. When you're putting cash, it is always devaluing your money, right? Always remember that putting cash at your home means that you are actually decreasing your money. Your money is actually depreciating. You are not even doing a saving. It is not at all an investment, but it is not even a saving. Why it is not a saving? Because after a certain time period, this is actually a loss, right? And then if I talk about bank deposits, there are 41% of think that bank deposits are good, but it depends that bank deposits are in a saving account or are in a current account, right? So I don't want to get into the religious details in this regard, because for most of the people, they think that the current account is more than that. Saving account and saving account maybe have a fixed markup. It's your call. But cash as compared to the bank deposit is kind of making a loss. It is not a thing and not at all an investment. When you're going to invest in the precious metal, you need to be very well aware that what kind of financial scams or frauds you can get into. Because always invest in that kind of a product, which is like you are fully equipped of that knowledge. You fully know about that kind of the product. If you do not know that what kind of that precious stone is or that material is, you will be scammed very easily. Because nowadays, after artificial intelligence and using the digital financial currency and everything is converting on AI, the financial fraud is becoming so easy. Just trying to give you an example that if somebody knows that you went to buy some precious material, you can receive an email. The interesting part is that that email starts from RE, right? And what people personally thinks that they think that, okay, this is kind of an email which is response to my earlier email because it starts from reply. So you think that you sent an email to someone and now someone is replying you on that email. So what happened when you click on that email and they have a little information about your any investment or mutual funds or stocks, something like this, you just click on that information and your information about the card, about because there are three important things on the card. And if you have used your card in the system, these all of the important credentials of your card will go to the hacker and they can easily scam your money, right? So some people become so excited about investment or investing in such kind of different products, same like crypto. I'm not well versed with how much crypto is going on in Indonesia, but still in Pakistan it is not regularized. Because crypto has a pseudonymous or anonymous both kind of the properties basically. And same like, because I think that crypto is some later subject. Earlier to that, it is important that even at least you know about stocks at least, right? And what happened before even before investing into the stocks, it is very important that you know about the shares, because most of the people try to invest in stocks by looking into the screen. So in all these kind of products, what is the most important thing? A family who doesn't know anything about finance, at least they know about the basic features of any investing product. I would like to say here one thing, one important point, which which I have observed in almost every jurisdiction. I have investigated the completely APG region, Asia Pacific region, including Turkey, Croatia. And when I was leading an investor education awareness project at the national level, I personally think that was also have been a challenging for Indonesia as well. That whenever we are spreading that literacy, people try to make it in English or most of the time not in a native language. So the most important thing to spread the financial literacy at all the levels, in the family, outside the family, or in the offices, the most important that one needs to make all these materials, especially the authorities who are spreading that kind of information, they need to make all kind of these financial literacy material in their own native language, because everyone has a right to learn about it. Right? You know, I usually observe that your target market is the people who are living in the countryman area or the village area, township area, and they are not well versed with English or might be the other language. Because, I'm pretty sure that Indonesia must not have only one language. I'm sure that uh, different areas might be having different language, right? A little bit similar to each other, but they might be having area-wise a little different language, right? So when we are going to spread financial literacy at all the levels, it is important that the material should be in their own native language. So they need to know about the products more carefully, and that will be their first step to learn about the products. And this is a complete skeptical or ridiculous thing that you say that only a person who knows or who have been in a graduation of finance or accounting can only learn about it. No, everyone, even you are illiterate, everyone is going to experience about finance, rather it is regarding to budgeting, investing, planning, retirement, or you are going to invest in any other kind of this schemes, right? So even in the stocks I was talking about earlier, that even in the stocks when you are investing, it is not enough that you have done your graduation in finance and it is okay to that how to buy the stocks and how to sell the stocks and then you can easily trade in the market. No, you will find that there are a lot of persons who are even doesn't know about the finance, who are engineers and who are doctors, and they are the best investors in the stock market basically. So at all the levels in the family, as I reiterate that starting from the toddler who is just born it is a good idea to gift him a sure certificate. So when he grown up, he should have some money, right? And a person, a small toddler who has started going to the school, he should know that how much percentage of that amount or money pocket he's getting from his parents, he needs to save that in a box, and he needs to know that what is the benchmark to use that kind of the money, at what level he should use that money, and then become a teenagers who are more difficult to control actually. I want to quote one more good example here. Once I was giving a guest lecture in university, and a teenager asked me that we don't have enough to invest in any financial product. So I asked him that what mobile phone he is using, and he was using the latest version of iPhone. Okay, so you must know that what is the price of iPhone, and he can carry the iPhone. It's all about priorities. He can carry an iPhone in his hand, but he has no money to invest in any business or any financial product because he doesn't know that what is his priority at this teenage. That expensive iPhone he got from his parents or pocket money is more important than a little bit saving he could do besides keeping that kind of the phone, right? And then we talk about the women who are going to getting married or who are young or completed their education. It is so much important for them to be financially independent at every level, at least uh, for the basic necessities. One needs to be really so much financially independent that you never need to ask it from anyone, right? And then we talk about the eldest of the family, the eldest level of the family. Um, I quoted that example earlier as well, that at that level, when a person is going to uh, lose an amount, it is not as a personal loss, or it is not the loss at individual level. When an eldest of the family is going to lose an amount, or his retirement, or all
I
of
do
his
apologize,
pensions or
Dr. Tuba.
savings,
You have 10 minutes remaining. Thank you.
yeah, I'm just thinking about it. So after that, when a person, the eldest of the family, is going to lose the money, so it means that whole of the family is going to have a loss, because from that money he was actually planning for at least 4 to 5 persons, and he was actually planning his own life after retirement. And the best planning for the retirement is that you never depend on anyone, not even on your children. Your retirement money should be enough plan that you are not even dependent on your spouse, not even dependent on your children. You need to manage or invest that amount in such kind of a business from where you are getting at least such kind of a monthly return that two things, your house, your apartment, or you can say you should have a sky home, and at least your grocery is running. These two things are the most important thing. Rest is luxury. You can reduce it, you can increase it by the cash inflows you are getting. But these two things are so much mandatory. So at least that kind of the investment or that kind of the retirement plan must be with the eldest of the family, that he or she is not depending on any person, and they are getting any kind of the amount on the monthly basis, where two things are not at all disturbed in their lives. Um, thank you so much. I have just talked about the financial scams and frauds here. It was a kind of very interesting topic. But let's say we can discuss and we can prolong the question answers.
Thank you, Dr. Tuba. So, for the next session will be Q&A session. I know there is a wealth of knowledge and curiosity in this virtual room. So without further ado, let's open the floor to the participant question. who ready to start? I do kindly reminding that you can use the feature raise hands or type your question in the chat below. And please mention your name first. Thank you. Oh, there is one participant who already has raised her hands. Miss Rosida Mayanti, please.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Diva. Hello, Dr. Tuba. Nice to meet you.
Hi, thank you.
Very glad to heard your share about your material. And I really want to know, relate with your material that about how families have financial literacy. Is it right? And I'm so curious about what is it? About your opinion. I want to know your perspective about children who join or follow their parents to get work. And is it for you? Is it good? And can support about financial education for children or not? Thank you.
Okay. What I understand from your question is that you want to know that a person who's or a toddler who's school going, he should get a financial education or not, or how he can be provided with that, right?
Yes.
I give a little example that by force, there is a word forced savings, right? So from a mother or a father, you need to tell that your children that at least how much of the pocket money should be saved in their saving boxes. Now, what happened after the saving boxes? Usually, I experience that in my family, that when small children, there is my sister-in-law, and when their children is going to spend some money on the shop, you can see very small things, keychains and something, and children get excited and they want to buy a lot of things, right? So what she does, she told them that this is the amount you're spending from your savings. And all of a sudden, the children become so curious and they're like, oh, you're spending my money? No, I don't want to get it. So from here, they realize that there is an importance of money. It is not like that people are giving, the parents are giving you money and you can spend wherever you want. When they are in 3 class or 4 class, they should know that there is an importance. This is a hard money. And you need to spend it very wisely. And when you are spending, you need to know that which product is important to buy actually, which they should buy, which they should not buy. When they selected 5 to 6 things in the shop, put it in the basket on the counter, and when they were being told that this is the money from your saving boxes, all of a sudden they took out 5 things from that bucket and just said, no, I only want 2. Right? So they realized that no, this is our money and we cannot spend it. So by little actions, you can inculcate that financial literacy in the people, in the children actually, right? And of course, at every stage, there is a different way. I hope your question is sufficiently answered.
Thank you, Dr. Tuba. Is it enough to Miss Rossi? Okay, I will open one question again for the participants. And I do kindly reminding to all participants, you can to the attendant list in the chat features, there is a link to you fill the presence. I will give a minute to the participant to get ready to the next question. Probably you can chat or use the raise hand feature.
Hello, Diva. Can I adding my question?
Yes, Miss
Okay.
Rosie, you can.
Okay. Excuse me, Dr. Tuba. I want to add my question for you. Is there any relationship between children that can can join or follow their parents when the parents get work in their office? Maybe is it can support the financial education for the children? How about your opinion about this?
Okay, you are asking that when the parents are in the office, right? So is there any platform? Are you talking about that?
Excuse me, can you repeat your response?
Are you talking about that? Is there any
I cannot hear you well. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Audible now?
Okay. I think my signal is get worse. Sorry. I will.
Audible now?
Okay. It's clearly. Hello, test. Okay, maybe I want to type.
Hi,
in
Miss
chat.
Rosie, am I audible?
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, so I was asking that you are talking about that if the when the parents are going to their work, is there any platform? You're talking about the platform, that is there any platform for the children?
No, I asked about when children join their parents' school going to work. Is it good for them? About it can develop their financial literacy for children?
Yes, of course. And as I told you, I gave you an example that even starting from the newborn baby,
Oh,
even starting from the newborn baby, I gave an example and I would like to quote it again. In Pakistan, in some areas, when a newborn baby is there in the world,
yes,
people go to congratulate, right?
yes.
So usually people gift something to that child parents, right?
Okay, yes. And then?
So what happened in Pakistan? Few areas, what happened that some people give a gift of share certificate, stock certificates, only 500 shares of any company. They give it
Wow.
as a gift to a newborn baby, right?
Wow.
So what happened now? That this is a kind of financial education or financial literacy you are imparting in the family, right?
Wow.
And you're telling them that no, your own finances are important. When the child is grown up to the teenage level, that shares price or that stock price is multiplied by many times.
Oh,
And now that amount he can easily use when he is at the age where he can spend.
Okay.
So that kind of the tradition or that kind of the gift is one of the example I would love to give you, that it is very important to inculcating that financial literacy culture.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tuba. Thank you so
Welcome.
much.
Thank you. So I will give a conclusion because it's already end for the Q&A session. But the conclusion from this kind of topic about the financial education is important because we can create a budget, and secondly, plan for retirement, third, manage debt, and lastly, track personals. In the presentation, we see a lot of database from TSCC survey in 2020 about the Indonesian save money, how Indonesian get the money, and a lot of more. So about the Q&A session, there is a conclusion too about it. So in the family financial, it's important to involve the children to know the financial. Because it is important to introduce them about money, saving, planning, and many more. Thank you, Dr. Tuba, and let's get into the next move. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed participants, it is now my honor to express our gratitude to our keynote speaker for their exceptional contribution to International Webinar Digital Early Childhood Education Summit 2023. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present these certificates of recognitions. The certificates of recognition is awarded to Dr. Tuba Khalid in acknowledgement of their outstanding presentation. On behalf of the committee, I extend our sincerest thanks. I know that you are feeling sick right now and spare your time for this event. We hope these certificates serve as a lasting reminder of our gratitude for your significant role in making this event a success. Congratulations and thank you so much, Dr. Tuba Khalid.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Deva, for your kind moderation.
Thank you. To the participants who has question but get no change to us, you can email the Revo Edu committee for more information. Now we have reached out to the end of the keynote speaker session. Thank you for the participants for following insightful presentation from 5 incredible keynote speakers we've been had today. I'm Diva Widow as moderator for today. See you in the next event. Back to MC.
Thank you to our extraordinary moderators and speakers for their extraordinary information and knowledge. And I will remind you, if you still have a question, you can send your question via email to revoedu@revoedu.team@gmail.com. And then before starting, let me remind you that in this webinar, we will provide a presentation link. We send the presentation link in the chat column, so all participants can check. To the next session, this is the most awaited session, announcement of best paper in each category. In bachelor student category, master student category, and general participant category. Okay, congratulations for Cherry Rose Riordan, Alfi Rohmatul Aziza, and Agus Setiono, ETEL. Best article in undergrad participant. And congratulations for Agus Setiono, ETAL, for Best Article Postgraduate Participant. And congratulations for Alfi Rohmatul Aziza, ETAL, for Best Article General Participant. And congratulations for Best Paper will be submitted in Scopus or Sinta, but for remind now under review by committee. Before saying goodbye, let me say thank you to all our speakers today and also thanks all the webinar participants who took their time. Hopefully, the webinar with the theme Empowering Early Childhood Education through Financial Education can provide information and knowledge that is new and understandable. We believe that the information presented here will be beneficial to all who attend. We hope that this webinar will inspire you to take action toward your goals. Thank you again for joining us today. We appreciated your time and hope to see you again soon. I'm Selamita. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.